Hey, Colin. Had a couple of spots. I'm afraid that open's going to end right in the middle of the anthem because it's coming up next. Okay, thank you. I know.
And celebrating of the United States of America, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Yeah, one more 30, then you can play the open.
Check one, testing 1 2, check 1 2. Check, test 1 2, test 1 2. Check.
On the campus of Fairmont State University, we welcome you to Fairmont State Fighting Falcon Football 2019 on this Saturday afternoon in Fairmont. It's a matchup between the Fighting Falcons of Fairmont State and the Yellow Jackets of West Virginia State. Good afternoon, everybody. Travis Jones along with Dwayne Cochran. Welcome to the Falcon warm-up. Kickoff is coming up in less than 10 minutes. Falcons 1-4 on the season. West Virginia State 4-1. And Dwayne, new Saturday, new chance to get better. This Fairmont State football team, of course, disappointing 1-4 season. You look back on the last 3 games, all winnable for Fairmont, but all losses to 5th-ranked Notre Dame. You lose in double overtime to Frostburg State, and then the most recent loss a week ago Thursday at Glenville to your rival 22-15. This team just not doing the small things, but the good news is that's correctable, and you've got a shot today to take down one of the top teams in the league.
Absolutely, Travis. You're right. You know, Fairmont State has not gotten off to the start they wanted, and they've lost games in a variety of ways, crazy ways, you know, if you will. 7 turnovers last week against Glenville, yet still have a chance at the end to possibly win in regulation or at least tie and force overtime. Big lead against Frostburg, and you blow that in the final couple 10 minutes of the game and go to double overtime and lose. You take the number 5 team in the nation into the fourth quarter, you're leading by 8, and you end up losing, giving up some crazy scores, a block punt for a touchdown. A little bit snake bit in Fairmont State, but you're right, everything is correctable, and a lot of that can go a long ways today against a 4-1 West Virginia State team that's unbeaten in the league and second in the league, and really realistically sees themselves as, competing with Notre Dame for a conference championship. But Fairmont can definitely right the ship if they can eliminate some of the mistakes that's really bitten them in the first 5 games.
I invite you to stay tuned, and we'll talk with Jason Woodman about that and more as Fairmont gets set to take on the Yellow Jackets here on a blustery Saturday afternoon. Fall has arrived, 50 degrees and windy in the friendly city here this afternoon, but the rain has come to an end. Jason Woodman up next in the Locker Room Report. Fighting Falcon football presented all season by Valley Distributing.
I just hope this goes okay.
It will.
Please direct your attention to the 50-yard line for today's coin toss.
I'm going to do this as it would be as we're doing it on GCSN.
Okay.
I'll mention the fact that we're on the CSU streaming channel, but
Maybe if I put these on.
West Virginia State has won the toss in the second half. Fairmont State will receive.
I know I got 2 sets of coins. I'm going to put one in
West Virginia State has won the toss, elected to divert to second half.
computer bag, and I'm going to put the others in the big bag. So I have got about a minute and a half.
So that you can say you got it in the bag.
To say the least. So I don't forget.
It's just lemon punny. I'm so punny.
We'll do about 5 minutes, go to the coach, and go to a couple of breaks, and then go to staff.
However you have it. You have it.
I have it. Is that yours? 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Fairmont State Fighting Falcons.
Hey, Colin.
10.
Hey, Colin. Shave a minute off that break if you would. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
What's wrong? Sports Central State football. Today's game is being brought to you by University, by Profile and Performance Products, by G&G Fitness Equipment, by a Special Wish Foundation of Dayton, by Don Brown Sports Apparel, and by the Gem City Sports Network, your source for local sports in the Miami Valley, the Gem City Sports Network. Head out to McPherson Stadium for all the play-by-play action of Marauder football. Here's Doug Brown and Kevin O'Boyle.
1 minute. Yep, all 1 minute. Until halftime. Yep, till halftime. Yep.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Homecoming Week here at Central State University. My name is Doug Brown, along with Kevin O'Boyle. Homecoming, it's a great atmosphere out here, and I tell you what, Kevin, I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Well, I tell you, Central State homecoming is a special affair. No school does it like Central State does it, and they do it to the nth degree.
They just a little bit ago, they had the parade winding through the campus here, and all the roads were closed, and you couldn't get from one side of the street to the other. It was all packed with people, and of course they got the.
All right, welcome back. Just a couple minutes away from kickoff here. Seconds literally. West Virginia State has won the toss and elected to defer their option to the second half, and really not a surprising decision from John Pennington's ball club. They've got a good defense. They get up 99 points all season, Dwayne, and through 5 games, and you really, if you look at that, they gave a 56 in one game, and that was to an FCS school in Southwest Missouri State. So this is a very good West Virginia State defense. As we've talked about, they already own wins over Frostburg, Glenville, Concord, and West Liberty. Of course, the meat of their schedule's on the second half of it with UC and a matchup with Notre Dame to close out the season on November the 16th.
Yeah, absolutely, Travis. So far, I mean, not that they haven't played some good opponents. You know, Frostburg's off to a good start and everything like that, but certainly the test for West Virginia State come hopefully starting today and then into the future. And, you know, Fairmont State's got to be able to show they can move the football. I think it's imperative for Fairmont today. They've got some injuries that we can talk about maybe in the receiving core. Andre Hall, questionable for today. Fairmont State, one of their leading receivers. So imperative for Fairmont to be able to run the ball. And State has given up some yards on the ground this year.
Martin Alstrom will kick it off, and he's going to send it to Tyree Randolph. He'll receive it for Fairmont, the 5 over the 10, 15, 20, 25 over the 30, and he will be tackled short of the 40-yard line. But a good return by Tyree Randolph out to the 34, and that's where Fairmont will go to work. Taquan Cruz-Naylor, the senior, coming off his worst performance in a Fairmont uniform down at Glenville, had 5 interceptions, also lost a fumble in that game, has 12 touchdowns on the season now, 8 picks on the year after having just 6 all of last year, and he will set the offense up 1st and 10 at the 37.
Yeah, 8 interceptions, Travis, so far this fall, and he only had 8 his entire career heading into this season.
Backs are split and offset. Javon Hayes comes in motion across the formation on 1st and 10. Here's a snap and a give and a huge hole, and Kalik Hamlin hits that hole quickly, and he will grind it out to the 44-yard line. Tackled on the play by Dustin Krauser, the junior linebacker, who is much traveled, played his prep ball at George Washington down in the Kanawha Valley, went to Charlotte and then to WVU, and now to West Virginia State. Gain of 7. Fairmont plays fast, or at least up to the line quickly. Hamlin goes sidecar right. Snap, and here's a handoff to Kalik, trying to get around the corner. He does. Over the 45, midfield, shoulder down, drives to the State 45-yard line, and that will be a Fairmont first down. Put him out at the State 46, 1st and 10, and here comes some offensive changes with Rakeem Darden and Javon Hayes checking in.
Look, nice job by Fairmont running the ball. They ran it in between the tackles on the first play, got 7 yards. That one, a little stretch sweep, and Kalik Hamlin able to get about another 7 or 8 yards and a first down to move the sticks in West Virginia State territory now.
Yeah, good start for the offensive line. Javon Hayes comes across the formation to twins to the right, single receiver to the boundary. Snap to Cruz-Naylor, and here's a give to Tyree Randolph, and he picks his hole, and it opens up nicely, and he'll take it down to the 41, so that's a winner on first down on a gain of 5 yards for Tyree Randolph, who has really come on recently. 92, Anthony Casellas on the stop. He's a product from Cypress, California, but it's a gain on the play of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5.
It's key for Fairmont State's offensive line is to find Krauser. He's the big linebacker who wreaks havoc in the middle for West Virginia State. If you can get him blocked, you can have success running the ball.
Stretch give to Randolph, and this time State has the gaps control. Crashing up to make the stop is Tavon Littleton, a senior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. No gain, 3rd down and 5, as Fairmont Scrimmages from the 41. State goes wholesale changes defensively. About 7 new guys ran on. And Fairmont doesn't snap it off quick enough. State jumps off sides, and that's got to be a penalty. Yep. Way off sides came Littleton. He didn't make contact, but he was nearly breathing on top of Fairmont's right tackle, Garrett Capsteen O'Brien.
Neutral frame, neutral zone infraction. Number 4, the defense. Result of foul is first down.
Easy enough for you to say. 1st and 10, ball at the 36.
Yeah, Fairmont. It was interesting. I was really anxious to see what Fairmont was going to do there, Travis. You know, you started the game off with 4 straight running plays, had success on most of those except for the last one. 3rd and 5, whether they put the ball in the air or run it, didn't have to make that decision because State jumps off sides and gives them the first down.
Josh Nevers, tight end, checks into the backfield. He's in the fullback position and a power pistol to the left. And a snap and a give right up the middle. Rakeem Darden runs right into Dustin Krauser, the linebacker, and that's a wrestling match that ends at the 32-yard line after a gain on the play of 4 yards. Good to see Shane Fayette also out there as a tight end for Fairmont. He's been banged up recently, so good to see number 8 back out there.
He is trying to get the school record for consecutive starts. Tony Manella holds that. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I'll look that up and have it next week. I should have had it this week. But Fayette's a guy that's been around this program a long time, 5 years, and a great blocker and really a good receiver, but he does have a shoulder problem.
He's like the leading
Gain of 4. It was a handoff to Darden. He takes it right up the center of the field, and Fairmont's gashing State a little bit, and Darden knocked to his knees at the 26-yard line, but he's going to be about a yard short. Elijah Bradshaw.
6'5" kid. I just can't think of his name right now, but that's his main
don't believe that that's Elijah Bradshaw. We've got some number changes from State that may or may not be accurate. That was a big guy with a tackle. Bradshaw's a 5'11", 160-pound wide receiver, so I don't believe that's him. But it is a first down. Gave him a good spot on it.
Him today at the line of scrimmage, and
ball to the 26-yard line. Chains move. Fairmont all on the ground thus far in this opening drive, and they'll keep it there with Darden with a little cutback, and he runs into the awaiting arms of the linebacker, Adam Surrey.
And I know
redshirt junior
from
Palmdale, California. Holds that to a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's what we plan to do.
Already we've seen 3 of the 4 heads of the 4-headed monster out of the backfield for Fairmont State. You haven't seen Timmy Smith not last week and the week before he was limited. He's been injured, banged up, but is expected to play today.
Yeah, I saw him warming up, returning kicks and punts.
What they see on the
Hamlin.
film then, right?
Shotgun sidecar. He'll get the handoff to the boundary side, and he's got the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He's in. Touchdown. Khalik Hamlin takes it in from 24 yards out as the Falcons go old school and pound it right down West Virginia State's throat to take a 6-0 lead with 10:44 remaining in the opening quarter.
Yes, 24-yard touchdown run by Khalik Hamlin. Outstanding effort for Fairmont on the ground. Every play on that drive on the ground, Travis.
The Falcons will go to swinging gate initially on the extra point alignment. Now they call everybody in tight. New holder. That's Adonis Taylor as Jeff Eway's out for the season, the normal holder with a torn ACL. Post to the right for Colin Harvath, the product from here in Fairmont, and that hold down from Taylor. The kick is away, and it's good for Colin Harvath. Good start for the Fighting Falcons on this blustery Saturday afternoon in Fairmont. The home team jumps in front, 7-0, 10:44 to play in the opening quarter. Yellow Jackets offense when you come back. Fairmont State Fighting Falcon football presented by Valley Distributing.
United States Capitals have the biggest selection of cars in West Virginia.
Our new funding website is safe, easy to use, and can be easily accessed. Become a donor and believer in the mission of Central State University. Help CSU thrive for years to come. To learn more, go to www.csubelievers.com. Our new funding website is safe, easy to use, and can be easily accessed from any mobile device. Visit www.csubelievers.com. Become a CSU believer today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do. Whatever motivates you. G&G.
The clock starts in the league today with the exception of the marquee game, Notre Dame and Charleston down at UC. Halftime, Notre Dame leading UC 21-17. We'll keep you posted on that one. Falcons go 8 plays, 63 yards, all on the ground. Drive summary brought to you by T&S Ford, Fairmont's new Ford store. All right, West Virginia State's offense, and Austin Hensley about ready to get the football after this kickoff from Colin Harbath. He approaches and kicks, and that hits a stiff breeze. It's going to be a short kick, but returnable at the 11-yard line over the 15-20. Lassoed and knocked down is Tyrone Light. He has knocked down the sophomore from Detroit at the 22, and that's where this Yellow Jacket offense will go to work. It's mainly a passing offense. Their leading rusher is Dylan Lucas from Buffalo High School down in the Hurricane area of Putnam County in West Virginia. Only averages 63 rushing yards per game. The leading pass catcher is a former Fighting Falcon, Zach Pate, also from Hurricane.
What was it like going back to Alabama to play down there?
All right, Hensley is ready. Shotgun sidecar. Going to hand it off, and churning forward is Dylan Lucas. He'll bring it over the 25 out to the 27-yard line, where he runs into Makulu. The Falcons starting right defensive end. Geronik Makulu, the junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Transfer from Morehead State. Yellow Jackets play fast. Second down and 5. Ball to 27. Hensley rolls the pocket, throws low, and a diving comebacker is made at the 31-yard line for a short gain to Isaiah Scott. Transfer from Youngstown State. Yards short of the lead stick. It's going to be third down and a yard.
Look at Hensley. He's a Hurricane product too as well, Travis. So 3 guys play key roles for this West Virginia State offense, all from Hurricane. 2, Hensley and Pate from Hurricane High School, and as you mentioned, the running back, Lucas from Buffalo.
Third and a yard. Lucas lone back in the backfield. Now Hensley backpedals to join him. Waiting the shotgun snap of Colin Beckner, the freshman from Nitro. Snap is back and a throw over the middle, and it's dropped incomplete. Intended for Pate. And Hensley just missed him. And State will punt on 4th and 1.
Danny Anigwe, the linebacker, had pretty good coverage there. He did not play last week against Glenville. Was a little bit bagged up back in. If you remember, against Frostburg, they found a matchup with their guy slot receiver that they exploited all night against Anigwe. Good to see him on good coverage there against Zach Pate, who can be tough to handle in coverage.
Ahlstrom, the punt, the product from Sweden. And Javon Hayes will call for the fair catch and take it at the 31-yard line as a little sliver of sunshine peeks through, albeit momentarily, on this overcast day. And we'll take a media timeout here with 9:22 remaining in the opening quarter. Fairmont leading 7-0. Falcons will have the ball back at the 31-yard line.
Good luck to you the rest of the season. Let's bring home a few wins here.
Yes, sir.
All right, today's player profile has been brought to you by Profiler Performance Products. We'll be back with more right after this timeout. You're listening to Central State Marauder Football on the Gem City Sports Network.
Profiler Performance Products is racing cylinder heads and intake manifolds. From 2-time Drag Week winner Jeff Lutz to the winningest bracket champions like Disco Dean Karn, Profiler Performance has become the overwhelming choice of drag racing's best-known name. Profiler Performance offers the absolute best bolt-on performance for cylinder heads and intake, utilizing their own in-house custom casting and CNC machining. For more information, visit profilerperformance.com or find them on Facebook. Profiler Performance, they make power they haven't even used yet.
Hey, sports fans, you all know Don Brown. He was born and raised here in the Miami Valley. And many of you, somewhere along the line, have played sports broadcasting for WKTF and WRC. Sports has been a big part of his life.
7-0 Fairmont leads. Second offensive possession. Falcons 8-play drive on the ground on the last series. Cleek Hamlin, 5th rushing touchdown of the season. This drive starts from the 31-yard line. Snap and a pitch out coming to Timmy Smith. And Smith will turn over the 35, runs to the numbers, and he'll spin to the 42. Give him a gain. I'll put him down at the 41. Would have been a 10-yard gain. It looks like Fairmont thinks they're going to attack more on this.
See, did Fairmont think that? I was thinking that they might have caught Fairmont for illegal motion.
Here's the call.
Offside, defense, number 35. That penalty is declined. First down.
All right, so decline the offsides penalty, and it's a 10-yard run for Tim Smith.
Well, so far, Travis, we've seen all four of Fairmont State's main backs, and they've all four played pretty well here in the early going.
First and 10, ball at the 41-yard line. State stemming their defensive line. Now they're confused getting aligned. Handoff goes to Tim Smith, and he tries to cut it back and gets pulverized at the 41. Krauser, along with Donovan Campbell from High Point, North Carolina. Campbell loses his lid, so he'll have to go out on this play. It's a loss, or rather a gain of a yard, but Tim Smith thought he saw the cutback lane, and Krauser made sure that that lane was not there.
Yeah, absolutely. Krauser did a great job, and as well as State's other linebacker.
I've not seen Andre Hall. Of course, Fairmont's not thrown yet, but Hall's not been out there.
Oh, on a separated shoulder, Travis. I'm really kind of unlikely. I was surprised to see him in uniform.
Second down 9. Cruz Naylor going to throw for the first time. 4-man rush, and he throws a deep out past Cott Hayes. That's a first down. He tries to dance by the defender, and now will dive to the 45-yard line. So that is going to be a 13-yard pitch and catch and a first down for Fairmont State on Taquan Cruz Naylor's first pass of the afternoon.
Nice 13-yard gain there for Fairmont State on the first pass of the afternoon. Last year, Fairmont ran the ball for over 300 yards against State. Khalik Hamlin, at the time, career high 183 yards on the ground. Taquan didn't throw the ball a lot last year, but when he did, he was effective. Caught Hayes for a long touchdown in that game. So see the strategy early on. Ball control, moving on the ground. I think that's a great strategy for Fairmont.
Fairmont double tights on the left. They run that way. Tim Smith, Krauser, he's everywhere. He will grab Smith, and Tim will spin to the 44 for a gain of a yard. And that's it. So Dustin Krauser, remember when he played at George Washington for head coach Steve Edwards at GW. And again, I think he went to WVU first and then Charlotte.
One way or the other, he was at both those schools before settling here at State.
Second down 9. Give to Tyree Randolph. Waits on the blocking, and Randolph will be ripped down at the 39-yard line. Pick up of 5. Very patient run that time by the youngster Tyree Randolph, the sophomore from Clinton, Maryland, who keeps getting better and better and better.
And you're right, Travis. He was very patient there. Really was able to make something kind of out of nothing, and it almost looked like he could have scored it through that and made it even a bigger game. But
find out more.
3rd and 4 for the Falcons at the 39 of State.
Call 937-223-WISH.
State runs a safety into the box, showing blitz. Now he backs out. Cruz Naylor is back, looking to set up the screen, and Hamlin makes the catch, but State's all over it at the 41. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. As Krauser not fooled, nor was Noble Zulag.
Become a donor and believer.
So the Falcons kind of a no-man land here at the 41. Keep the offense out there on 4th down and 6. Need to get to the 35 for a first down. Hard count from Cruz Naylor trying to get Fairmont a free 5, but State's not biting.
Become a CSU believer today.
Huddle clock's at 10.
We'll probably just take a delay here.
Clock's at 5, and we're going to get a stoppage and a timeout taken by Fairmont.
Fairmont State. Their first of the half.
5:42 remaining in the opening quarter. Reminder, the Jason Woodman Show comes your way every Tuesday night from the Copper House Grill.
And encourage your friends and family to do the same. Now, you can have to do it today because it ends today. Just go to HondaBattleOfTheBands.com/mobile. And remember, your vote counts. So every vote today. Send your invincible marching marauders to the Honda Battle of the Bands And I tell you what, I love that band. You know, they put on one heck of a show each and every home game, and whenever they go out and perform on the road somewhere, they do a heck of a job. And they went down to Alabama a couple of weeks ago, and they put on one heck of a performance down there.
Certainly are a very good unit. Not just the show as far as movement that they do, but they have an awesome sound too.
Yes,
you
they
know,
do.
And that combination, wow! It just it'll give you chills if you have a chance to see him in person.
Dip his feet in the pond as he comes swooping. That's the truth, Travis. Thursday night he was doing it.
Is that right?
Streaming channel.
It's interesting to see. I mean,
Upload it.
All right, punt team comes on.
You can watch it anytime.
Sam Tucker going to try to pin him deep. And Sammy boots that one. And it's going to land right around the 6-yard line and die at the 2. Great roll. He had Sadiq Kenneth down there, but Sadiq had no idea where the ball was. So fortunately, Tucker did that one all himself.
He did, and Tiani Porter was able to be there just to make sure it didn't bound in the end zone. I thought for sure when Sadiq lost it, it was going to bounce into the end zone, but he had a nice little backspin on it, brought it back to the 3. So excellent job by Sam Tucker, the punter for Fairmont State.
5:30 opening quarter, quick moving. Fairmont leads 7-0, and State's backed up deep at their own 3-yard line. Well, what a great job John Pennington and his staff has done with this West Virginia State program to getting this thing turned around in a hurry.
They have. Third year. He's not had a losing season at State. He's 16-11 overall as the head coach of the Yellow Jackets.
There's a snap, and this is a wildcat to Dante Jones, and Jones finds a crease and runs it out to the 10. So picks up 7 yards for Dante Jones, who they list as a wide receiver, but that's his 8th carry of the season for 80, now 90 yards. And has a touchdown on the year.
Wednesday here on the Gem City Sports Network, we will have college volleyball.
Got an injured Fairmont player, I believe.
I think Jordan Schaefer.
And I believe they are on their way home from Jackson, Tennessee. They have to be home there about 8
Safety.
Yep, Schaefer looks like a right shoulder.
Hopefully it's just a stinger.
Be back here by 8 o'clock.
Ronell Dennis will replace him.
The festivities that are still going on here.
And Fairmont's getting a little thin in the secondary. Michael Porter's been less than 100%. Malachi McMillan's no longer with the program. Gain of 7 there. They'll stay with Jones and the Wildcat. Snap it back to him. He runs off right tackle. He spins, and Fairmont grabs a hold of him, and he will have to lunge to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Trayvon Schwartz, Danny Anigwe both did a good job of getting penetration up the field. Stopping him for no gain at the 10.
Third down and a long 3. State backed up deep in their own end. At the very least, they want to get a first down here and at least try to give their punter a chance if this drive fizzles out. Hensley in the pistol set. Claps his hands, takes the snap. He stands in the pocket. He throws a deep out, and Pate makes the catch. Chris White can't rally to the ball and get him down, and Pate will spin out the 23-yard line for a gain of 13 on 3rd and short, and West Virginia State picks up the first down, their initial of the football game.
13-yard gain there. Zach Pate, brother of former Falcon backup quarterback Tyler Pate.
30th catch of the season for Zach. Handoff goes to Lucas. And Lucas finds the sledding tough. He'll get a half yard, and that's it. Jordan Schaefer was back in to make the stop, so that's good to see. Got DeSoto McKenzie out there along with Keyshawn Haley, sophomore in the back end for Fairmont State.
You know, Haley's another player that's been banged up. An abdominal pull that slowed him through the first half of the season.
Hensley rolls the pocket, gets outside to the numbers. He's going to crank and fire, and that pass is dropped. DeSoto McKenzie made the play on the ball, but he mistimed his jump, and A.J. Barrett was behind him, but Barrett just dropped the ball. He was open down at the 25-yard line.
A little bit of hand fighting going on. You're right, DeSoto had no idea where the ball was, and luckily Barrett really just kind of dropped that one.
It's
3rd and 10. You hear the wind. It's coming actually right across the field, right into our face, so it's kind of a crosswind, swirling a little bit, so not favoring either team. Banana Bunch trips to the right. They throw to that side. It's a receiver screen. Light makes the catch, and he tries to turn the corner, and he stepped out of bounds. It looks like DeSoto McKenzie was able to get a piece of him and knock him out at the 32-yard line.
Pass complete to number 1.
Yeah, he was, and then Chris White finished it up and able just to get him to get a foot out of bounds. He'd be about 2 yards shy.
It's
4th and 2. Punter comes in. Martin Alstrom, Jr., only averaging 34 yards net this season. But again, it looks like he may have a little bit of a wind at his back right now as it swirls. And he boots it high into the air, spiraling kick. Fair catch called for and taken by Javon Hayes at the 30-yard line. So the Fairmont State defense so far, still early, opening quarter, but they're backing up a very good performance down in Glenville last Thursday night.
You know they are, Travis. We were critical of them early on, and they have had some problems at times getting off the field. But you really, last week against Glenville, they were put in some tough situations, and they really responded. You look at that Glenville game, 22 points given up. That's not against the defense. 13 of those 22 points came on interception returns, so you can't count that against Fairmont's defense. I thought they did a really good job. They've slowly, surely getting a little better and better and better, so that's good to see.
1st and 10, double tight. They flex the formation to the left. That's the boundary side. Run that way with Hamlin, and he finds a crease, runs it over the 35, out to the 38 for 8 yards. For Khalik Hamlin, tackled by Tanner Williams, back up sophomore linebacker from George Washington High School, transfer from Marshall. 2nd down and 8.
Hamlin 4 carries, 49 yards, Travis, halfway to the 100 mark.
Feet of snow throughout
from the 38, again, wing left, run left. Hamlin, this time a defender on his back, and he gets slammed down. May have gotten a yard on the play. That was Kendall Robinson, big 280-pound defensive lineman.
Cut down by Kendall Robinson.
So 3rd and short, about 3rd and a yard. Upcoming here, Javon Hayes will come in and replace Michael Newsom. So Fairmont will go with 2 wides here, double tights, and a lone running back in the backfield. This time the tight ends are on the right side of the formation. The Twins are opposite. 3rd and a yard from the 39, and now they overload with the tight ends that way, so everything on the left side. Run a toss sweep that way. Khalik Hamlin finds a crease over the 40, 45, 46-yard line, and a Fairmont 1st down. Tyler Jones, the safety, made the stop.
Give the Falcon tight ends, Nevers and Shane Fair, had a good job of sealing that, giving him a lane to cut back and run up inside. Khalik Hamlin needed 1. Ended up getting about 7.
Yeah, just power on power there. Fairmont not trying to trick anybody. Saying we're powering to the left and we're running left. 47, 1 minute to play in the opening quarter. 7-0. Fairmont State on top of West Virginia State. Hayes goes in motion across the formation. Cruz Naylor sticks it in the belly of Tyree Randolph, and a block is defeated up front. And Randolph is tackled immediately on the play.
Gives State's defensive line a lot of credit there.
I tell you what, they do.
Yep, 94.
Yeah,
no
94 on the roster.
94 on the roster.
Imagine that.
So a gain of a yard.
Here at Central State, making their way onto the field.
Clock at 25 seconds. Trips right, single receiver to the left. 2nd down, 9. Cruz Naylor takes the snap. This time the screen set up to the left. Tyree Randolph. Randolph breaks free. A face mask at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Makes another tackle to 15. The 10 to 5. He's in. Touchdown. Flag up the field, but that's a face mask on Kendall Robinson trying to tackle Tyree Randolph. So this touchdown should stand with 5 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
Flag on the play.
Travis, that's an excellent play call, and it's funny. Coming into today, I was thinking, with Andre Hall likely not playing. Javon Hayes.
Foul. Face mask. Defense. That play will be assessed on the kickoff. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Touchdown, Fairmont State.
Touchdown stands 13-0. Khalid Hamlin's second touchdown of this opening quarter.
Randolph or Hamlin?
I'm sorry, Randolph. You're right. Khalid Hamlin had the other. Snap back, pulled down, kick on the way from Colin Harvat. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 5 seconds opening quarter. 14-0 Fairmont State leads West Virginia State. So you were thinking.
I was thinking on the way here, with Andre Hall banged up and likely not going to play. Javon Hayes took a helmet to the ankle last week. Not sure he was 100%. The tight ends beat up a little bit and everything. I'm thinking if Fairmont's going to throw the ball, maybe today is a day to really start employing some with your backs. Some screens, some short passes to them. Because I remember standing along the fence down at Glenville after the game with Coach Woodman. He was just like, man, I'm running out of bodies to throw the ball to. And I just kind of thought, and I wasn't able to make it up to practice this week, that it wouldn't surprise me if they would try to get the backs into the passing game. And so far, we've seen them try to set up a couple screens. That one worked to absolute perfection. 52 yards for the touchdown to Tyree Randolph. And a great job by Randolph breaking a tackle. Just shows his upper body strength.
Yeah, because you had a big 280-pounder draped all over him. And that was Robinson, who was only able to get a hold of his face mask.
That was that drive. 5 plays, 70 yards for the Falcons in 2:34.
Drive summary presented by TNS Ford, Fairmont's new Ford store. Urbana leads Glenville into the first quarter, 3-0.
Colin Harvard kicking off.
Well, Fairmont State so far, 3 drives, 2 touchdowns, a 14-0 lead over a 4-1 West Virginia State team. Falcons doing a great job on the ground, hit their screen pass, 52 yards for the touchdown. Good job by Fairmont. Good start for the Falcons.
Yeah, they're waiting.
Colin Harvath on that kickoff. Sends it 5 yards deep in the end zone. But at the 11-yard line, we had a massive hit on Sadiq Kenneth that I believe they're going to call targeting, and Kenneth is down.
And we are underway, end over end.
He is down and he is wobbly.
Williams at the
Boy,
3-yard line.
I just hate to see that for that young man. He has endured, Travis, really talented kid who late in his freshman year, I remember him in the Glenville game, late last game of the season, making some big plays. I thought, man, this kid's going to have a really bright future. And it's been really injury marred. He had a broken leg. He's had some knee problems. He's had to sit out and be very patient. And finally this year he was playing at a high level, and hope he's all right and able to bounce back from that.
It was a violent hit. I just saw the tail end of it, actually saw his reaction to it.
Casio will start.
And we'll see what the officials determine here with a marker down right where Kenneth is laying.
Nobody to the near side.
And it just speaks again to, like you said, a secondary that's been kind of banged up now. That's another safety, a starting safety you're going to lose. At least for a couple of plays. Hopefully that's all.
Medical staff, Bob Cable and his team out
by the Wildcats,
tending to Sadiq Kenneth. The White Hat is waiting, I believe, until they get Kenneth taken care of before they make the announcement on what the call is going to be. And Kenneth, good to see, hops up under his own power. And is going to jog off the field. Here's the call.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Receiving team number 21. 15-yard penalty.
The shotgun with 2 sidecars.
Half the distance to the goal, first down.
All right, Cameron Spencer from LA, Los Angeles, not the Logan area. But not targeting is what they rolled.
By Aaron Dorr. That's going to be
half the distance penalty because it was a touchback on the kickoff, so the Yellow Jackets will start from their own 12.
I don't know if it was targeting or not, but I know we've watched enough D2 football to know that these officials are very leery about calling targeting.
Well, it's just without the replay. Yeah, because you have no replay to rely on.
Out there at the point of attack.
Here's a snap and a give. to Lucas. He tries to spin from a tackler and can't get away from Danny Anigwe at the 14-yard line. That's a gain of 2 on the final play of the opening quarter. But what a great quarter of football for Fairmont State. Falcons get a touchdown run from Kalik Hamlin, a screen touchdown pass from Cruz Naylor to Tyree Randolph, and the defense playing well. State's got 1 first down. Fairmont leads 14-0. Back for the second quarter after this timeout. Fairmont football presented by Valley Distributing.
University Director of Athletics Chad Fallon would like to recognize the Marion County Rescue Squad.
Flow was coming to the center of the line, and Saffold trying to take it to the near side.
I'm Rebecca Feeney. I attend Fairmont State University, and I'm on the volleyball team.
Bunch of white jerseys in front of
Channing Tatum.
This time, Kevin Greenow in for the first time onto the right side. Now,
I must ask you a question, but I'll save it for later.
Tried to get it to
when I can drink the first cup of coffee.
Williams, and it's incomplete. It'll be third down and 10. Ball at the 30. At the
it's normally just asking why I did something, and I don't have an answer.
James Davis,
Twitter,
out there with good block.
High School Musical,
is
Criminal Minds.
Well,
Rewind. Probably my mom.
Even just a second.
Williams out wide to the left.
Soccer.
As
Ice cream.
Stares over at the sidelines.
Right?
Play clock down to 5 seconds.
Second quarter on a second down and long.
Rolling to his left, looking down.
Short completion pulled in out at the 20-yard line. Fairmont rallies to the football with gang tackling. Isaiah Scott on Hensley's 4th completion of the afternoon. 2 yards shy of the first down, 3rd and 2. Thus far, State 1 of 3 on third down conversions.
So they're going to go for it.
Be a good stop for Fairmont on a 3rd and short here.
And off to Lucas, and Lucas going to be hit low, and he will. That's a tough angle for us, but looks like he's short.
I think he's short too, Travis.
And Williams.
Brought down by Travis Shorts.
That was Trevon Shorts that got in there first, or actually second. Chris White got in there first. And once again, State, I think this is the 3rd time today they've had to punt on 4th and a yard.
Too long for a field goal attempt.
Good sign for Fairmont's defense.
And time is called as
so far, Hayes, who's got a couple punts, hasn't been able to have a chance at returning one.
Yeah, Alstrom's got good hang time.
We're going to take
and this one is ugly and non-returnable. It will hit right around midfield, die at the Fairmont State 46-yard line. So Alstrom's worst punt so far of the afternoon on his 3rd attempt had been averaging 38 yards per kick. We'll get a break here, just 19 seconds into the quarter. 13:41 remaining until halftime. Fairmont will possess it for the 3rd time when we come back, leading 14-0.
G&G Fitness, your goal is our goal.
Back here at McPherson Stadium. 4th down and about 3. With the ball resting at the 39-yard line of Fort Valley State. Now Isaiah Smith is back in there. Back deep for the
timeout. Head coach Cedric Pearl thought better of going for it.
Route and more back deep. Nice spiral coming down, and it's going to go into the end zone as Darrell Williams tried to save it from going out.
And he almost beat the football to the end zone, laid himself out to not try to knock it back in the field of play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 20-yard line with 12-12 remaining here in the first quarter. No score here at McPherson Stadium on homecoming. They're going to mark it at 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Coming out wide to the left here is Q.A. Walker.
All right, back to work. Fairmont's offense, 13:41 to play. Fighting Falcons so far in this football game, 156 yards of total offense on 19 plays. And all but 63 of that have come on the ground. Fully loaded gun. State walks the linebackers out. Here's a delayed handoff coming to Tim Smith. Crosses midfield, and he will keep the legs chopping and take it out to the 47-yard line.
Drove him out of bounds. That's going to cost Central State.
Look at some backups on the offensive front for Fairmont. We knew Zach Cox was questionable. He's having a leg injury. Probably not going to play, but Captain O'Brien, fifth-year offensive lineman, fifth-year senior, standing over the sideline. Now, he's healthy, standing at the 30, but normally a tackle not in there for the Falcons right now.
Penalty.
Gain of 5 for Tim Smith on first down. Shane Fayette comes in motion, now settles as the wing left.
Moves it up to the 32.
Snap, and a missed handoff, and Cruz Naylor will run it, and it'll turn into a positive down to the 44-yard line. And Tay turned the wrong way that time, trying to hand it to Tim Smith.
Here we go.
But it worked out, picks up 4.
See, you blamed it on Tay. Now, if I'm Tay, the senior, I'm blaming it on Smith. Yeah, that sophomore turned the wrong way. I'm a senior. I don't do things like that. But you're right. A 4-yard gain.
Bridges wasn't even
3rd and 1 for the Falcons.
And Malik Johnson was in on the coverage.
3rd and a yard, pistol set, wing right.
Johnson had pretty good coverage on Brown or Bridges.
Strength with double tights to the left. Run left,
and timeout.
And weaving through is Tyree Randolph, and another Fairmont State first down to the 37-yard line. Well, you mentioned no Zach Cox today, and Garrett Capstein O'Brien still out on this series, but boy, it hasn't mattered. That offensive line right now is pushing State's defense about 4 yards off the ball each snap.
Yeah, it is, and it's fun to watch when it's running like that, because then it opens up. Now you can stick a play action,
Jarman's
take a
going
shot.
To take off and run.
Don't be surprised here in the next couple
up
plays
to the
if you don't see that play action.
40-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down for the Marauders.
First and 10, and a give. And Randolph has to avoid Kendall Robinson, who came in hot, and Tyree was able to duck under that tackle attempt and pick up a yard.
3 receivers.
Kalik Hamlin will check in.
And coming off the field will be.
Look at what Fairmont's done on the ground. Travis, 6 carries for Kalik Hamlin, 58 yards. 6 carries, Tyree Randolph, 19 yards. 4 carries for Tim Smith for 17, and 3 for Rakeem Darden for 12.
A couple of young guys in there. Robert Arnold, a freshman from Robert C. Byrd High School in Clarksburg. Also, Braylon Waldo is out there along the offensive front.
Johnson coming off, and
second down and 9.
Ran the play anyway, so timeout is
Cruz
called.
Naylor takes the snap, looking to throw. He throws right. He's got a man pass. Caught Hayes. Hayes turns outside the numbers, inside the 20, and he is down to the 17-yard line.
Great little crossing route.
And
a couple weeks ago, Travis, I was very critical of Fairmont State's backs in the way, I think it was the Frostburg game. They really did not do a good job of picking up the rush. Much better the last 2 weeks. Kalik Hamlin did a great job assisting. Keeping State has 11 quarterback sacks on the season.
Your vote counts.
But given Cruz Naylor, who's only put the ball in the air 4 times today, but he's 4 for 4, and a nice completion right there to Devon Hayes.
At midnight.
Ball at the 17-yard line out of the I formation here.
And remember,
your vote give counts. To Rakeem Darden, who lined up as the fullback. He busts to the outside, but will be taken down at the 21-yard line by Tavon Littleton.
Marauders.
So Rakeem tried to, on a play designed to go up the middle, it was clogged up, so he tried to break to the left. And Littleton crashing in from a safety spot.
One play.
Makes the stop back at the 20.
That was a nice
over
play
to the
by
near side,
Littleton.
has a man open,
field, his
and that would be Joseph Ross.
Got Fairmont's first negative yard play of the game.
Line. The pickup
not the first, it's the second.
Yeah, well, it's the pass, the screen pass.
Oh,
the first screen was for -2.
Here's a counter handoff. Randolph dances in the hole, and he nearly broke free at the 14-yard line. A diving tackle attempt by Jake Harms. And Harms just stuck his arm out there and got into
to the right side. Got a man open.
Tyree Randolph's legs, and Harms injured on the play. He hurt his arm. We've also got another state player limping off. That's Cody Stanley.
Had some running room.
From Spring Valley High School, so they'll both go out.
At the 35-yard line, so it'll be another first
look
down.
At Randolph. He was just sick because he knew he had wide open space and could have walked into the end zone. Instead, gets taken down.
Double stacks on both sides.
13-yard line.
Thomas in the back.
We'll call it 3rd down and 5.
Jarman going back to pass, firing downfield.
Well, that was a nice play, little counter. And Nevers
did he catch it? Yes,
got
he did.
over and got the kick-out block.
That was Shamar Bridges.
Just the way it was designed.
Caught it at the.
And it nearly
at the 10-yard
got out of the barn.
So 1st and 10 Now they're going to be able to get
Fairmont's going to take a timeout.
No, it's first and goal.
Jason Woodman's not happy, but
at the 10-yard line.
kind of what happened there was they had those two state players. They were injured, and they ran out, and Fairmont was trying to use that as a pseudo timeout. The officials had started the play clock. So
Sharman looking over to the right side, or left side, and it's incomplete. Intended for Shamar Bridges, and it's going to be second down and goal at the 10-yard line.
Bridges immediately turned, looked at the official, trying to plead for pass interference on Central State's Devon Cunningham, but Cunningham didn't impede him at all. Just couldn't see the ball coming all the way in.
Three receivers to the near side. Bridges to the far side. Handoff this time goes to Thomas. Thomas is going to be dragged down at this 8-yard line, make it the 7-yard line. Have to see who got that tackle. Looks like it's going to be Keandre Power. Gets the tackle. It'll be third down and 8. Third and goal at the 7. Thomas. Here's Jarman. Jarman looking, fires into the end zone and overshoots A.J. Shipman. So that's going to bring on the kicking team.
All right, 3rd and 5, ball to 12.
Good coverage on that last
fully loaded gun. Hayes comes in motion. Fairmont on top, 14-0, looking to add to the lead. Now Hamlin goes in motion out of the backfield. Cruz Naylor going to step forward. He looks to run. Instead, he throws and misses McDonald wide open in the end zone. So Cruz Naylor will see on film a couple of things there. He could have run for the first down, but he made the right call. He had McDonald wide open in the end zone, but just not an accurate throw.
Yeah, it's so hard to throw back across your body when you're running one way and throw back the other way.
And the
definite missed opportunity. Could have ran for the first down. Probably should have ran for the first down, but the play was there.
Colin Harvath on. This is a 29-yard field goal. Post to the left. Snap back, hold down, kick on the way, and that kick is good. Falcons make it a 3-possession football game, leading 17-0 with 8:50 remaining until halftime. Falcon football presented all season by Valley Distributing.
That was the first drive of the year, or of the game. Cars still coming in here to the parking area for today's game, and people streaming in from across the street. So here we go. Kick coming down, coming over to the near sides. Williams is going to pick it up at the 13. He's to the 15, to the 20. He's got some running room. He's to the 40, to the 45. Goes across the field. He's open. He's to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, to the 10. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Marauders.
Second straight week that the Marauders have a return for a touchdown.
That took just 14 seconds.
And on top of that, they had 2 returns for a touchdown last week, including a 100-yard interception return by Malik Johnson.
Falcons lead here 17-0. 8:50 to play until halftime. Halftime at UC, Notre Dame leading Charleston 35-24.
To attempt the extra point
at the break.
Josh
into the first, West Liberty 21, Concord nothing. That's Fairmont's next opponent. Frostburg leads West Virginia Wesleyan, start of the second quarter, 14-7. And end of one, McKendree leads Wheeling 14-0.
First quarter, it's Central State 7.
Full scoreboard update coming up
State 3.
at
We'll be
halftime.
back with more after this timeout. Got to get my voice back, folks.
Scoring drive by the Falcons. 3rd and 4 possessions in the first half here. 9 plays, 40 yards,
Hey, sports fans.
451. Fairmont doing a really good job because they're able to run the ball, Travis, with success of shortening this game, doing what they need to do.
State with 1 first down.
1 first down on 3 possessions.
Little League organization or group wants to look good year-round. Look no further.
Kickoff returnable. Tyrone Light has it at the 5, over the 10. Swings back center of the field, 25-30. Slows up, and he's corralled as he gets to the 31-yard line.
Feel free to get in touch with
Special teams tackle made
via email
by Fairmont State's Tion Porter.
That's the number 1 gmail.com.
Good place for Mr. Porter. He downed that punt inside the 5 earlier. Nice tackle there. Now here's where Fairmont State's defense in the past, over the past several years, has fallen asleep. They've done out a good start, and then they have a tendency to give up a big play. And let's hope that doesn't happen here, because they played too well here in the early going.
Got some running room.
From the 32,
out of bounds at the
Hensley with a broken eye out of the shotgun, stands back, has plenty of time, cranks and fires, wobbly throw, and it is intercepted at the Fairmont 33-yard line, picked off by DeSoto McKenzie on a bad underthrow from Austin Hensley, trying to push it upfield to Isaiah Scott.
Great play by DeSoto McKenzie. The converted wide receiver goes up, gets it. It's his third pick. It's team high, third interception of the season. And, you know, the more he plays, the better and better he's getting, Travis, on this side of the ball. Big turnover for the Falcons there. So we hope they didn't give up a big play. Instead, the defense comes down and makes a big play.
First turnover of the football game goes the way of Fairmont State. So far, everything has gone the way of the home team, 17-0. 8:33 remaining here until halftime.
I'm used to seeing Johnson or Green out in number 3.
Fairmont ready to go to work. Tim Smith in the backfield from the 33. He'll take the off-tackle handoff. And he will put his shoulder down and get it out to the 35-yard line before he's slung down by Donovan Campbell.
They got to tell the band to.
Brought down by number 49, Donovan Campbell.
Gain of 2.
The band has been told to be quiet. Won the
second down and 8.
Fort Valley State the ball.
That was Hensley's 6th interception thrown this season against 8 touchdowns.
Or faking it off.
State and Fairmont both are -5 coming into the game in turnover margin, which is one of the lower ones in the league. Almost worst in the league. Only Wheeling is worse.
Tim Smith out to the 37-yard line.
Fort Valley State has thrown 45-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Walker up to the far side.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Thomas in the back.
You mentioned that, and we talked about State. They've given up 31 points per game and scored just 27 points per game this season, but yet they're 4-1. It's like the computer's broken.
Yeah,
it doesn't compute.
It doesn't. They've been outscored in every quarter this season by every teams, and yet they're 4-1. So,
well, they've won with defense. I mean, their offense is not, at least in this league, 29 points per game is not a lot.
He'll be standing at about his
Cruz Naylor, plenty of time, stands and throws wide open. Javon Hayes, first down and more, crosses midfield, and he's tackled at the 45-yard line. Abraham Cisse, the corner over there, the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio.
Punts it away, nice spiral.
Javon Hayes down. About a 7-yard cushion, and Hayes is just hooking up right in front of him.
Brown has
you'll find pretty soon you can't give Javon Hayes his 27th reception of the season so far for the Falcons. And I can't say, and I've said this in the whole season, Javon Hayes just gets better and better with each game he plays.
Came down, and Brown caught it, but he was knocked down right there.
First and 10 ball to 46. Got an off-tackle handoff, long way to get to the edge for Tyree Randolph, and he can't do it. So he tackled at the 47-yard line and a flag on the play.
Eli Mashburn.
Tanner Williams made the tackle.
So here come the Marauders.
So that penalty marker thrown right on the edge of the play.
And we've only played about
holding offense number 89. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Josh Nevers picks up the holding penalty.
First
going to be flushed out of the pocket now.
In the game.
A penalty marker comes in.
State's already had 3 or 4. State comes in as the most penalized team in the Mountain East Conference. 52 on the season.
Back him up inside the 15.
Ball goes back to the 44-yard line, so it is a 10-yard mark off and the down over. 1st and 20. 6:27 to play until halftime. Falcons on top, 17-0.
Again for the Marauders. Mark it back at the 12-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 20.
Fully loaded gun.
42 left here in this.
Draw handoff. Hamlin turns upfield. 50, 45, 40 of State. So 15-yard rip for Khalik Hamlin.
How about the little hip fake there, Travis?
I liked it.
Nice sidecar left.
Yeah, good blocking as well. That delay handoff has worked twice.
Brown to 20. Up to the 25.
Keem Darden will come in.
About the 27-yard
So
line.
officially 16 yards and a second down and 4 now for Fairmont State.
Back plus,
you can get 16 on a first and 20. That's big.
Randolph and Darden in the backfield. Hayes is in a tight slot. Now he comes in motion across the formation on second down and 4. Give right up the middle. Tyree Randolph, little crease, and Randolph should have the first down. He's still churning. Yeah, he got inside the 35, down to the 34, so he's 2 yards past the lead stick. As Christian Thompson finally wrestled him down.
He's got one man to beat. He's on the run. He's to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown,
7 on the
Saffel.
ground, 4 through the air, 1 with the penalty. 12 first downs in the opening half. 17-0 lead over West Virginia State with 5:04 to go in the first half. This is exactly the performance Fairmont State needs. I just hope they can maintain it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have a feeling that we are going to have a high
Also assaulting this second quarter clock. It's under 5 minutes now.
Wow.
Double tights left.
At the line. Saffold saw
First
the
and
hole
10.
open up,
Handoff.
Randolph.
Randolph. Shoulder down.
To the races.
32-yard line. He gets, so
point.
that'll be a gain of 3 on first down. For Tyree Randolph. Came in with 372 yards rushing.
Good.
And 4 touchdowns. He's added a receiving score to his resume here today.
It is the Marauders 14.
So far, he has 34 yards on 9 carries. Kalik Hamlin, 74 yards on 7
Fort
carries.
Valley State 3.
Cruz Naylor, 5 of 6, 99 yards and a touchdown. He already passed Luke Tuzignot for 4th place today in school history and career passing yardage.
2 touchdowns on
There's a handoff to Kalik Hamlin. I thought Fairmont was going to get away with that. Big hold back at the line of scrimmage.
Play, 78
The late flag comes in, but I'm sure that's the hold that I saw
off of the clock.
on Sam.
Yeah, the home team or the
leaving
homecoming is one of the games that you really want to win.
Offense, number 89.
Of course, you want to win every game.
10 yards from the spot of foul.
You want
Replay it down.
Well, Sam, you got away with yours, but Josh Nevers got tagged for the second time in this drive.
Wildcat standing at about his own 12-yard line.
Takes the ball back to the 38. So you're going to give a 4-yard gain for Hamlin, and then the 10-yard penalty.
Kick coming down.
Second time, Josh has been flagged for holding.
Mack has it. Mack to the 35.
Michael Newsom in as a wide receiver, along with Michael
by Devin Cunningham,
or Matt McDonald rather, and Javon Hayes.
Also, Willie Johnson for the Marauders.
Second and 13.
So 10 for
handoff goes to Tyree Randolph. Lost the football.
At their own 39.
And State's on it at the 37-yard line. Didn't get hit. It just kind of squirted from him. And Dustin Krauser, who's always around the ball, was there to topple on it. So Fairmont turns it over for the first time in the afternoon. A good-looking drive comes to an end at the 37.
Yeah, and that's a shame because Fairmont has done so far in the first half. Really, through the first 26 minutes, played great football. And there's your first mistake.
Cunningham gave Mack a good cushion, and then
that is unfortunately becoming a little bit of an issue for Hamlin. Lucas runs it out to the 45-yard line on a cutting and carving run. Pickup of 8. State has 3 timeouts and 3:15 in which to work in the second quarter.
Marlon Fleming.
Second down and 2.
Yellow Jackets want to play fast. They're down 17-0.
Pick up a 1.
Snap, and Lucas gets it again. This time he goes nowhere. He's dropped back at the 41-yard line as Trevon Shorts, one of the defensive leaders, came through to make the tackle. And that is a nice loss by one of the Falcon linebackers coming right through to get Lucas down. 3rd and 6. State just 1 third-down conversion on the afternoon.
On the near side, penalty marker comes flying in.
Shotgun sidecar Pate comes in motion. Now they stack the receivers. Here comes pressure. Krauser's in trouble. In the pocket. He throws it up. It's caught at the 45, 50 light, 45, 40, 35, 30. White chases. Can't get him. Lights in. Touchdown, West Virginia State.
There is a flag back here.
Might be roughing the passer.
It came before he even threw the ball, Travis. The flag I saw.
Now Krauser's limping off. So he thinks it's on Fairmont.
And Walker pushed off after he made his cut.
Who was the defender that was there?
You know, I don't know. Somebody want to try to make a play. Keyshawn Haley, I think, is who it was.
Offside. Defense, number 8. That play is declined. He's over the play as a first down.
Oh, it's a touchdown.
Official.
To his left side.
I'd be more than happy to give him a first down.
In the backfield, and
That's
he's going to
just
be
brutal.
No, he's not.
You
Still
have
moving. And the ball goes up in the air.
You have
and
him back
his
in,
arm was
caught
hit.
in, really throws up a desperation pass, and Haley loses containment.
And doing that is Javon
And the worst could have been
Williams,
maybe a
and also
15-yard
Donta
completion turns
Marshall.
into a 59-yard
They had
touchdown.
him bottled up.
Extra point's good.
Almost
For
back to the 15
Allstrom.
line. So it's going to be fourth down and very long.
2:18 remaining until halftime. State's on the board, 17-7. Fairmont will have the ball when we come back after this from Valley Distributing.
They have some things in store to get the quarterback on the ground.
And I think they would have did it too. So
They call a new
Wayne
60.
Brown back deep for the Marauders, standing at his own 20. Bad snap, and they do get a kick.
That touched the Central State up man.
And picking it up is Deshaun Gunter, and Gunter is down at the 42-yard line.
That was touched upfield by one of the Central State upmen near midfield, and luckily no one in a white jersey was around it because that was then a live football for either team.
So the Marauders will take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line with 6:28 remaining here in the first quarter. Marauders lead at 14-3 on two huge long runs. One is a 92-yard kickoff return by Darrell Williams. Now here we go, 3 men to the near side. Saffold in the backfield. We got Williams.
That sequence there,
Brown
we've seen a lot from this
side.
team this year, unfortunately. You have a bad turnover. Your defense has been playing great,
right
but then they break and
Saffold.
give up a big play.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
Osio
you
rolling
know, that's
down.
what's killed Fairmont all
And
season.
he's got
You play, like we said,
Williams,
just
and
almost an
it's
outstanding,
incomplete.
perfect first
That's
half.
49. Hits
You
the
have a
ground.
turnover.
Yeah, it skipped in front
And then
of
they
Williams
quickly turned it
before he
into
was able
points.
to bring it in.
Randolph
And
ready to
it'll be second
return the Allstrom kickoff to the 10, 15, and he's going to be hit shy of the 20-yard line and dropped by Tanner Williams.
And was that Randolph or Hamlin that fumbled that ball?
I believe it was Kalik Hamlin.
First and 10,
Everybody
Fairmont
looks over to
State.
the near side.
2:12 remaining until halftime.
Brown, Greenow, and Williams to the near side.
Ball spotted
And they're
at
going to hand
20.
off
All right,
to
so we'll see if Fairmont can.
Saffold is
seize
drilled
back momentum
right as
here.
He got the ball.
State gets the
by
ball to start the third quarter,
Antonio
so
Golden.
points would be
Golden was not
lovely
moved at
here.
all.
Yeah, any
Able to
type of
blow
points.
by the blocker in
Fairmont
front of
hasn't
him,
gone,
get into
hurry
the
up the
backfield
hole.
disrupt that play
First half hadn't
for
needed
a
to.
4-yard loss.
Trips wide left, single receiver to the right.
Third down and 14 with the ball resting at the 38-yard line.
Randolph, 25, 30, runs over to defender, 35, dives out to the 38-yard line.
Greenow.
Well, that's a good start. Gives you a little room to work. Now you're just shy of the 40. Still
Saffold in the
2:05 to
backfield.
play.
Third
Plenty of
down
time. You only have
and
one
14.
timeout, though, because you've had to take 2.
7 seconds on the play clock.
Touchdown by Major.
All right, Falcons line up.
Ocasio gets the
First
ball.
and 10,
Rolling
wanting to play
his right,
fast
looking
here. Snap.
downfield. Now he's gonna
And
have
give
run
to
with it.
Tyree Randolph. He
Got a little
burst
running
over the
room. Goes up to the
40-45.
45, spin
And that'll
move.
be another good gainer
He's gonna be
of
brought down.
about 8 yards
Brought down by Dustin
That's going to
Townsend.
be
for
fourth
Tyree
down, and the
Randolph.
penalty marker comes
Now
in.
Kalik Hamlin will come
after
in
the
and
play
replace
was over
Randolph
with.
in the backfield.
Could have gotten Zach Anderson. He was late.
Second
into
down
the
and
pile
2.
for a late
Hamlin
hit.
gets it and gets the first down and gets out of bounds at midfield.
Discussing it on the field.
Hamlin declared.
Skirting around the corner. Actually,
That
going to
will
say he
help
ran
the
out of the Fairmont
Marauders
side
out
of the 50 at the 49, but it's still enough for a first down.
Have been talking to his fellow officials about
Luke
the penalty
Hamlin, 9
call.
carries,
Looks like
81
it's gonna
yards.
go
Tyree
against
Randolph,
Central
12 for
Comes
61.
the call.
Donald will come out. Fairmont puts an extra tight end in. Actually, one tight, so 3 wides, a tight end, 1 back set.
James Davis going to be called for the
First and 10 from the 49.
late hit, so it'll be fourth down. Isaiah
Cruz
Smith
Naylor
will
wants
come
to
out
throw.
for the Marauders
Good pocket
to
over the middle. Has Hayes. He's got it. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Excellent, Travis. Javon Hayes, Cruz Naylor hooking up again.
Gerald Anderson beaten on the play by 2 steps, and Cruz Naylor, after his worst performance as a Fairmont State quarterback, absolutely threw a strike.
Fort Valley State
great, and let's give credit to the offensive line. He's been sacked, Cruz Naylor, I think 13 times or something this season. Excellent protection so far in the first half. He was able to have a nice pocket, gave him some time, stepped up, allowed Hayes to clear on a little crossing route, and just delivered a bullet into him. 51-yard touchdown, a big answer for Fairmont State.
So
injured state player is Kendall Robinson. He's back near the line of scrimmage, as Fairmont is ready to
5:01 remaining here
kick the extra point. Huge touchdown as Fairmont answers the state touchdown with 1:21 remaining until halftime.
Bridges
does. Cruz Naylor 6 of 7, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And Ross.
4 of those completions have gone to Javon Hayes.
Left has a man open, and
that's
Ross,
when you have Andre Hall out and Sean Harris, senior, who is really an outstanding receiver for this team, who really hasn't played any quality minutes since the opener against Charleston, and had a turf toe and a bone bruise on his foot. We give credit to Javon Hayes for stepping up. And I think, last week we saw at Glenville Isaiah Smith late in that game step up. I think you might see him some in the second half. And boy, I'd sure like to see him get Newsom a couple touches too, because the kid he's just lacking some confidence. I just think he has all the talent in the world and the next man up mentality.
Harvath's extra point is airborne and good. Fairmont 24, West Virginia State 7, 1:21 remaining until halftime as the Falcons strike quick. We'll be back. See if State can do something with it in the final minute. Fairmont State Fighting Falcon football presented by Valley Distributing.
And he went down at the 48, and after him was Shamar Moss for the Marauders, so they're going to punt it away.
And punts have been an adventure for Fort Valley State.
Eli Mashburn will try and they got a drone. No, there's a balloon flying overhead.
With the way the sun's reflecting off, I thought it was a drone too.
Yeah. So Delaney Brown standing at his 10-yard line. Mashburn will punt it away. Good snap this time, gets the ball away, and Grayson Green is going to run right into Mashburn, and I don't know if it's going to be roughing the kicker or
either. If it's running into the kicker, still it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be a first down for Fort Valley State, regardless.
Now they're going to say, did he touch it, though?
If he got his hand on it first, it is not a penalty.
Right. So the penalty marker is down at the 48-yard line of Central State. And the defense is staying out there, and the offense for Fort Valley State is coming back out.
Hey. Well, a tight game in Charleston
so
has
15-yard penalty against Grayson Green.
Not stayed that way. Notre Dame gets a touchdown. They're up 49-24 on UC in the third quarter.
With 4:27
people
left
thought
here in
UC could
quarter.
give the challenge to Notre Dame, but Travis, you and I saw Notre Dame. They're an extremely good football team. They don't necessarily throw the ball great, but when you have Jaleel McLaughlin, you can score from anywhere at any time.
This time
Barrett makes the catch. Hensley
to the 10.
Labors one over the middle.
Down
really wound up on that one down to the 48-yard line.
First down and 10.
First down.
And Jarman is
senior
getting
from
up
Charlotte,
very
slowly, 22nd catch of the season.
First and 10.
4 penalties so far.
First and 10, ball at the 48. Hensley, receiver screen. Light breaks a tackle, 40, 35, up the far sideline, chased out by Trevon Shorts.
Rare for Fairmont. You really don't want to, 44 seconds left. You really don't want to give up a score. You gave up one, you just got one back. Imperative that Fairmont hold state. Nothing would be great, and a field goal at the absolute most.
Well, the musical entities in the stands
trips to the right.
Brought down by a band.
44 seconds. Light got out of bounds, so the clock is stopped. There's that direct snap again. And Shorts tries to rip the ball away.
Jarman Fires over and
Jones, and he cannot.
Penalty mark comes
that was a different Wildcat player in there. That was Donovan Riddick.
Could have been an interception by Evan Cunningham.
State takes their second timeout of the first half. They've got one remaining. That goes for a gain of a yard.
Down at the 3-yard line. That could have been an offense or defensive or pass interference against Cunningham.
Actually, 2 remaining for State. 37.6 seconds to play.
As they're discussing it on the far side, 5 of the officials are doing so.
Right, so State, from here, if they don't pick up another yard, would be looking at about a 45-yard field goal. And
in the background, here's
Martin Alstrom has been, he's just 7 of 10, but his misses this year have been from 27, 32, and 43 yards. So
they're calling hands to the face on
he's got he's been consistently inconsistent.
First and goal at 4.
I would like to stay inconsistent, Travis, and there is a little bit of a crosswind, as you noted earlier.
It's tricky. Yeah, it's kind of tricky.
Hand off to Fleming.
Changes a little bit. We've
to get down. He's still
actually, these clouds are breaking up a little bit. We might have some sunshine here in the second half.
Well, early today, I looked at the forecast, and it said it's supposed to be sunny during the afternoon here.
He pushed that pile 5 yards.
Second down and 9, empty set. Hensley looks. He throws Lloyd over the middle, and Barrett again wide open.
Second and goal.
Right in front of the linebackers, and he slides in on a low throw.
Second and goal.
That's a first down gain down to the 18-yard line.
Again, 3 receivers to the
now State will take their second timeout.
Walker.
That they have to use.
German will hand off. No, he's going to keep
Hensley's
it himself.
8 of 11 for 135 yards
at the 1-yard line.
Of course, the bulk of that came on the 50.
There's a timeout in the field. West Virginia State. Their second of the half. Clock operator, please put 31 seconds on the clock. 31 seconds, please.
Was right up, and I'm unable to go any further upfield.
30.1.
Once again, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Fleming just to the right of German. German rolling to his right, has a man open in the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
Amazing is remembering that fall is how trees celebrate the end of summer.
Touchdown pass.
It's fall colors, like purple.
And it makes now 14.
It's farm to table and the world's largest corn maze. It's trees living their best lives and you living yours. It's getting lost in the woods and finding your new fall ritual. Fall is here, and Amazing is just getting started in Illinois. Find yours at enjoyillinois.com.
That's going to fall short. So the team, or the kicking team, comes up big on that. So
trying to keep him at bay. So
remain
good no call.
14-9.
All right, 26 seconds now, so that cost State about 4.
Valley State, 8 plays, 41 yards.
Second down, 10.
Off the clock. The 1-yard touchdown pass from Shea Jarman to Joseph Ross, and then
put it back into the backfield now. So twins both ways. Fairmont shows blitz. Hensley takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. Hensley throws a deep out, and the pass is going to be ruled as a catch, caught by Pate. Matched up on Danny Anigwe. He's out of bounds at the 8.
That was a pretty. Anigwe had that pretty well defended. Just give Hensley and Pate
Williams took the last
outstanding execution.
Back 92 yards.
Perfect pass. All right, 21 seconds. State trying to score late here. And Barrett is going to cost his team 5 yards. He took off on his fade route into the end zone.
At the 28-yard line.
He's pointing at a Fairmont defensive tackle who moved slightly, but I don't think you could possibly make the case that if you're a wide receiver that a D tackle made me jump offside.
Especially when you're completely the outside receiver that did it.
Gives us a chance
is the head linesman a woman?
It is.
Cross start. Offense. Number 8. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
On the Battle of the Bands Invitational Showcase. Based on votes, 4 bands
will be the ball back to the 12-yard line.
Vote today because the voting ends today. Go to Honda Battle of the Bands. HondaBattleOfTheBands.com/mobile. Remember,
it is a first and goal. So State has 4 downs to score here if they have enough time.
Family to vote Marauders
to run the 4 plays. 21.2. They've got a timeout.
Fort Valley State Wildcat is
Hensley
Octavius
rolls
Hall.
the pocket out, and he throws it. Pate makes the catch. Shanigwe will spin him down. Forward progress to the 7. The State will have to burn their final timeout with 14.1 seconds to play.
West Virginia State, that is their final timeout of the half.
So realistically, you've got to defend probably at least 2 more plays here on what he throws into the end zone.
Partying on campus.
Yeah.
In fact, since kickoff, it's actually dropped some. It's 47 degrees now.
Amazing
There we go.
is remembering
We'll
that
have it
fall
first
is how
and 10
trees
with
celebrate the
Williams
end
to
of
the
summer.
near side
It's fall colors,
and
like purple.
round to the far side.
It's farm to table,
Good snap, hand off to Sappel.
and the
Sappel's
world's
gonna
largest corn
up to
maze.
the right side, breaks
It's
tackle,
trees
gets
living
to
their
the
best
35,
lives.
up to the 40,
And you
brought
living
down
yours. It's getting lost
by
in the
the
woods.
Couldn't happen. Did happen.
Wildcats.
One of the neat things
If you're
about
State,
that
the one
run
thing you don't
by
want to happen
Sappel
is any kind of a
is the
sack
fact
or
that
tackle in
at
the field of
line,
play.
when he made his
Football
initial
gods
move,
owe us one,
he
right?
lost his balance. Was able
Yeah, I
to
like the
get
way
it
you think,
right
Travis.
away and then head upfield. for
Those
the
things
first
never
down.
even out.
By rights, that play should never have gotten past the
All right,
line of scrimmage.
14.1 State out of timeouts. Fairmont leads
High
24
snap,
to
and
7
going back at it is.
on what is
And
quickly
I think
turning out to
Fort
be a
Valley
nice
State
day
has
here.
recovered the
Yes,
fumble.
they have.
Second down, goal to go at the 7.
And it's going to be
Tight
picked
twins
up
to the right,
by
wide twins to the left. He looks that
Coference.
way, he throws, and a pass is caught for the touchdown.
Wildcats
Hauled
at
in
the
by
30-yard
Isaiah
line.
Scott at 6'2", being guarded by DeSoto McKenzie at 5'10", and a perfectly thrown ball by the quarterback Austin Hensley. And State scores to make it an 11-point game with 9.4 seconds to play in the half.
Wildcats
Well,
as Slade,
that's
German, and
you
Google
hope
come
that
out.
that wouldn't happen, but you know,
Back
give
in the
State
backfield,
credit, like you
running
said,
two
ever
receivers
since the
to near
fumble,
side.
they've woken
And
up and
Shamar
looked like a
Bridges
different
and A.J.
team.
Shipman, two receivers to the far side.
Alstrom, who does all the
To the
kicking
right-
for
to
West
the
Virginia
left.
State, punting, kickoff, and extra
Fleming
points,
is
adds
gonna be
the
dropped back at
14th point of the
35
afternoon.
yard line, a loss of
90
five.
seconds
And West Virginia State, who has trailed by 17 twice in this first half,
24
gets
West
back to within
Virginia State
10
14.
For the
with 9.4 seconds to
Wildcats,
play
they're going to mark it at the 34-yard line.
as the Falcons give up
Jarman
a
back in
touchdown
the pistol
drive.
once again, for two receivers to either side.
DeSoto McKenzie victimized on the play. Never turned his head around to locate the ball.
Firing over, has a man open, and Shipman.
8 plays, 60 yards, Travis, for the touchdown for West Virginia State.
Drive Summer presented by TNS Ford, Fairmont's new Ford store.
Yardage back, plus a couple.
Coming up at halftime, full scoreboard rundown from the Mountain East Conference. Check the Division I college football scores, stats, and more.
7-yard line, third down and 7.
Time Fleming is to the left side of Jarman.
It's on the way in 9.4
Throws
seconds.
it over to the near side and incomplete. Was it complete or incomplete? I couldn't see. No, they're saying it's incomplete now.
Yep.
Side judge comes in and says incomplete, so it'll be
Many big pass
fourth
plays.
down.
Fairmont victimized
Ball
on that
at the
drive.
37-yard
Opened up with a
line.
12-yarder, then a
Make it
21-yarder,
27, so they're
and
going
a
to try a
10-yarder and an
field goal.
11-yarder.
Like
and then
Mashburn's coming in.
finally a little 5-yarder, and then
And it's
a
going to be a long
7-yard
field goal. The
touchdown.
wind
So
is kind of
only misfired
from
once
our
on
back
that drive.
to the
Did Hensley.
Tulsa kicking off for West Virginia State.
They're going to mark it at the
Alstrom's
34-yard line, a
He'll bounce
44-yard
back to the 21-yard line, picked up there. And return out to the 34-yard line. That
Going
was
back, here's the kick. It's up.
Dante
and
Cloud,
it
a backup wide
is
receiver.
Good, and a penalty marker
No,
comes
maybe
flying.
Josh
short.
Nevers.
He got
Josh
underneath.
Nevers.
That was Josh
Okay.
Nevers.
Return.
At the 35, first and 10.
Flag down.
Fairmont trying to win
First and
for the
10
ninth
down.
time in the last 10 meetings between these teams. Here this afternoon, 52nd overall meeting.
Both sets of
5.1,
are
and
out
Fairmont
there
will
in
just take a
hurry,
knee here.
because they were the
State will get the ball
Wildcats
coming
were
out of the
waving
second
in a
half.
hurry to get
What an
somebody out
important
there.
drive that'll be. Cruz Naylor hits his left knee,
Penalty call.
and that will do the first half of play here on our first college football Saturday in Fairmont with the score. Fairmont State 24, West Virginia State 14 here at the break. Fairmont State Again, leading 17-0.
So it's going to be
West Virginia State answered.
The kicker again.
Fairmont took it back out to a 17-point lead. And State gets the last score of the first half to trim it off to 10. 24-14. Falcon halftime report kicks off after this timeout. Fairmont State Fighting Falcon football presented all season by Valley Distributing.
Marauders, how many penalties they got this?
3 minutes on this.
That's
3 minutes.
6. It's going to be should be about 74 yards and losses once everything is all calculated. Haven't updated just yet.
Be sure to join us on Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. for the Cedric Pearl Show. Have it for you on radio1.gemcitysports.com. It'll be live. Join us on every Wednesday at 11 o'clock on radio1.gemcitysports.com. Your home for Central State Marauder Athletics.
And Mashburn turned over. He was face down in the field. Now
and
he's
now, from the Fairmont State University Department of Fine Arts, please welcome back to the field the 2019 Fairmont State University Falcon.
On their depth chart, they do not have another kicker.
The Falcon Band is under direction of Professor Greg Moser, along with Assistant Director and Drumline Instructor Josh Tyda.
They're carrying Mashburn off,
Instructor and choreographer Quinn Sherlock. Student leaders include Drum Major Beth Bain, Field Captain Alex Osborne, Drumline Captain Devin Hayes, and Color Guard Captain Anthony Proctor. This year, the band is celebrating 87 years of performing for audiences throughout West Virginia. The band's membership, like all other Fairmont State ensembles, is open to all students at Fairmont State University, regardless of their major. Additional performance opportunities within the music department include wind ensemble, collegiate singers, chamber choir, jazz band, percussion ensemble, winter guard, and various chamber ensembles. Up 42% in enrollment from last year, the Falcons band is bigger, louder, and stronger than it's been in over a decade. These talented Falcons have committed themselves to working
score at the end of one quarter play here
at creating a halftime show.
McPherson Stadium. It's the Central State Marauders 14 and the Fort Valley Wildcats 9 back after this.
Blood-pumping tunes.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rollers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. They'll pair you with the right equipment and teach you how to use it and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
14-9 is our score here as we move to the second quarter. That was a long quarter.
Yeah, it certainly was. Some scores here in this.
Back at halftime, 24-14. Fairmont State leading West Virginia State by 10 here at the break. Fairmont trying to pick up their second win of the season and second conference win and hand West Virginia State their first MEC loss of the year. Travis Jones along with Dwayne Cochran. Well, all in all, good first half for Fairmont State. Got to love the run game. We talked about it in the pregame show. You had a quarterback that I don't think his confidence was shaken by the performance last week by any stretch of the imagination. But
15 minutes are on the clock.
It would certainly take some pressure off his shoulders with a banged-up wide receiving core if you could run the football, and boy, did Fairmont do that.
Yes, they were able to do that really with a lot of success. 33 carries, 175 yards on the ground for Fairmont as a team. Cleek Hamlin, your leader, gets off to a great start. 9 carries, 81 yards. Tyler Randolph, 12 for 61. So,
on both sides.
Doing it a little bit by committee, which is good, and which I want to see. Them share the football, and then passing just enough, to keep State honest. Only threw the ball 7 times, but completed 6 for 150 yards. Did take one Cruz Naylor. Javon Hayes with a big first half for the Falcons,
going over
receiving
to the left
4
side.
catches, 100 yards.
Has a man open,
so
and he tried to hurl.
All in all,
fumbled,
a really good first half. It could have been a great first half for Fairmont State. But that one turnover kind of
freshman
sparked
from
State.
Belmont High School
you
gets
said, just
the
plodding through the
fumble
first half of the
recovery,
Yellow Jackets.
and
they get
the
a turnover
Marauders will take
immediately
over first
when
and
Fairmont
10
goes for a play and misjudges the thing, and they get loose on a 59-yard touchdown.
Monday,
get back in the game. Fairmont comes right back and has an answer to that. Goes up 24-7. And then a kickoff return
gives the
out to the
Marauders
40-yard line, and State comes
line.
right down the field on Fairmont's defense. Can't defend the pass,
Frank
can't get to the
and
quarterback.
crew
Cuts it to 10 at the half, but nonetheless a
have
good performance
yards
by
to
Fairmont
go.
State, but it was really
Now,
close to
both
being a great
teams
performance.
with a turnover
We'll be curious to see the adjustments made. State
first
go in
and
there
10 for the
defensively and try
Ball
to
at the 2-yard
figure out a
line.
way. Fairmont's been very successful running the football
underway
with
here
double
in the second
tights to
quarter
one
play.
side. We'll see if State, adjusts, slides the linebackers, slants a little bit, maybe cheats to that side. And then what's the counterpunch for Fairmont? Do they have to throw a little more in the second half in order to move the ball?
I think they will. I still think that you try to run it if you can. Again, that does a lot of things. It shortens the game. It gives you, control over what's going on, and if you can run it with success, which they've been able to do against this team last year and so far in the first half today, until they stop it. What's the old Wayne Jameson?
That's right.
Run it till you stop it, and then
run it some more.
And then run it some more. I don't know if they'll do that, but I do think they may put the ball a little bit
firing
more
over to the
air.
near
And that
side.
can be
He's got
set up,
Brown in
with
it,
the way
in
they've
and
had
out of his
success in
hand.
the first half. Certainly, they've set themselves
Tyler Moore
up
in there
to
on
do
the-
some play action stuff. I love the fact that one of
for
the
the
touchdown
defense,
passes for Cruz Naylor in the first half was a screen
it'll be
pass,
third
something that we don't
down
see a
and
lot of this team. And they run the draw successfully a couple times.
9-yard line.
All right, so it should be a very interesting second half. Of course, Fairmont State trying to right the ship because, let's face it, you've got some winnable games coming up. You're looking at a Concord team that's struggling down in Athens. So, while Fairmont certainly out of the conference race, out of the postseason discussion, there's still a lot to play for this season in terms of just the overall feel heading into next year.
Oh, absolutely, Trey. You're 1-4, so right now you're trying to play to be 6-4. A chance for another fifth straight winning season.
That's Green out at the 30-yard line.
You're playing for some
at
pride.
The
You're playing to be a
32-yard
spoiler.
line. That's going to be good enough for a
State come
first
into
down.
this game second in the league to Notre Dame, unbeaten in the conference. You win this game for Fairmont State, it gets a lot of things right. And then you go into next week down on the road to Concord, and you just try to build week after week.
Yep, certainly a lot of the guys we talked about today that have played well, they're all underclassmen. So that is good news, and in particular with Tyree Randolph for Fairmont State and also the running back Khalid Hanlon, both juniors. So the two guys that have done the bulk of the damage today for Fairmont's offense will be back next year and the year after that. All right, invite you to stay tuned. We've got scores from around the Mountain East Conference. Again, full scoreboard underway. And we will update on Charleston and Notre Dame as they head into the fourth quarter down at UC, and also keep you posted on the other scores, including Concord, Fairmont's next opponent, in action this afternoon as well. Mountain East Conference Division I scoreboard. First half numbers all coming up. We're at halftime. Now a sun-splashed Duval-Rozier Field. Fairmont leading 24-14. Fairmont football continues after this timeout, presented by Valley Distributing.
From that point. 14:02 remaining in the first
3 minutes.
half. This time
yeah, 3 and then another 3.
To the right will be Delaney Brown. I formation in the backfield with Naders, the fullback, and Saffold in the I. Hand off to Saffold, and he's going to be stopped at the 5-yard line by the entire defense of the Fort Valley State Wildcats. A little extracurricular activity going on.
It's going to be 4th down and 9. Actually, on the spot, it's at the 5. So 4th down and 8. That means that Smith's going to have to punt out of his own end zone and very close to the end line.
Malik Rout and Tyler Moore back deep for the Wildcats, just inside their 40-yard line, or inside the Marauders' 40-yard line. Good snap. Smith gets a high boomer and a fair catch called by Moore at the 44-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 44-yard line.
39-yard punt, but coming out of the end zone with all that pressure on Smith, that was a decent punt.
So to mark it at the 44, 1st and 10 with 13:10 remaining here in the first half. Coming up at the half, I have the introduction of the Hall of Fame inductees and also the Invincible Marching Marauders. Double stacks on either side. And off going to the running back in Thomas. He's not going to get anywhere. Tell you what, it wasn't Thomas. That was Jamari Clark. Got several running backs. They run in and out of there. So Clark coming sidecar right to Jarman. This time Jarman fakes, fires over to the left side, and he's got a man open in QA Walker. Walker steps out of bounds.
All right.
At about the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3rd down and about 2 at the 36-yard line. Clock running with 12.5 to go in the first half. Central State leading it 14-9. And Jarman rolling to his left. He's going to run with it, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Make it
back at halftime. Fairmont State leading by 10 at the break, 24-14. Mountain East Conference scoreboard. Games at the half. Fairmont's next opponent, Concord, struggling mightily today. West Liberty leads the Mountain Lions 30-0 as they play at halftime, or rather in the locker room at halftime. Halftime update, Wheeling has scored a couple of touchdowns. McKendree leads Wheeling now 20-14 into the third quarter. Charleston may not be done yet. UC has clicked off a couple of touchdowns. They now lead, or rather trail Notre Dame 49-38, so that's an 11-point game. Also at halftime, Frostburg State leading West Virginia Wesleyan. That is a 14-6 score, again, as they've gone to halftime in that contest. Busy day in college football around the country. Let's get you updated all the games currently in progress. Just underway in the fourth quarter. South Carolina leading number 3 Georgia 17-10. Oklahoma has a touchdown lead on Texas in the Red River shootout, 17-10 with 5:53 to play in the third quarter. Michigan leading Illinois 28-10, 7:40 to play in the third. Temple on top of 23rd ranked Memphis, 23-21, 3:15 to play in the third. Purdue on top of Maryland, 40, make it 33-14, 5:40 third quarter, 8:27 in the fourth. Tennessee leads Mississippi State by a field goal, 13-10. Indiana cruising Rutgers, 35-0, 4 minutes to play third quarter. Western Michigan on top of the Red Hawks of Miami of Ohio, 21-9, start of the fourth quarter. Toledo 20, rather Bowling Green 20, Toledo 7 as they start the fourth quarter of play. Duke leads Georgia Tech 38-14 midway through the third quarter. Eastern Michigan and Ball State scoreless late in the first, and just underway in Huntington, Old Dominion, and Marshall. Still to come, Iowa State and West Virginia at 4 o'clock in Morgantown. Other ranked games or teams, games involving ranked teams later today. 3:30, number 1 Alabama is at Kyle Field to take on the 24th ranked Aggies of Texas A&M. Florida State visits Clemson at 3:30. Also 3:30, it's Michigan State and Wisconsin. Washington State at 18th ranked Arizona. 25th ranked Cincinnati will take on Dana Holgerson and the Houston Cougars at 3:30 this afternoon as well. Then the later starts coming up today. Number 9 Notre Dame hosts USC at 7:30 tonight. 10th ranked Penn State visits 17th ranked Iowa at 7:30. Louisville will take on 19th ranked Wake Forest also at 7:30. The primetime game on ESPN 8 o'clock. 7th ranked Florida, number 5 LSU. 15th ranked Utah visits Oregon State tonight at 8 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. Hawaii takes on Boise State at 10:15 tonight, and then closing out the college football day, kickoff 11 o'clock Eastern time for Washington in Tucson to take on the Arizona Wildcats. Back here in Fairmont, our halftime score is Fairmont State 24-14. First half numbers: Fairmont State 15 first downs to West Virginia State's 6. Falcons 33 carries, 175 yards. 9 carries, 20 yards for West Virginia State. Passing yards almost equal. State 155, Fairmont 150. So total offense, Fairmont 40 plays, 325 yards of total offense in the first half. State 24 snaps, 175. Fairmont penalized twice for 20. State 4 times for 38. Time of possession 21 minutes to 8 in favor of Fairmont. Falcons also 3 of 5 on third down conversions. Individually, Taquan Cruz-Naylor 6 of 7 through the air, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing the ball, Khalid Hamlin 9 carries, 81 yards and a touchdown. Tyree Randolph 12 carries, 61 yards. Tim Smith 6 for 21, and Rakeem Darden 4 carries for a net 10 yards. Javon Hayes already 100 yards at halftime. Had that long 51-yard touchdown catch. 4 catches, 100 yards and a touchdown. Tyree Randolph 1 catch, 52 yards and a score. Leading tackler for Fairmont, Danny Anigwe, 5 tackles. Javon Shorts 4. Deion Porter with 2, and Noah Wetzel also with 2. For West Virginia State, Austin Hensley 11 of 15 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 155 yards. Dylan Lucas held in check, 6 carries, net 12 yards in that first half of play. Dante Jones, 2 carries, 7 yards, and Donovan Riddick, 1 carry, 1 yard.
That's going to go way out
Receiving
of bounds.
Tyrone Light, 3 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown. The other touchdown went to Isaiah Scott. 3 catches, 1 score, and he had that touchdown just before the half from 7 yards away. Dustin Krauser, 7 tackles, including a fumble recovery. Keon Johnson with 6. Davon Littleton with 5 for West Virginia State. Add it all up, Fairmont State leads by 10 at halftime, 24-14. The second half is coming your way next. That's been the Falcons at the half, presented by Valley Distributing. Stay tuned. The second half is next.
So they're going to mark it at the 35.
Family and friends to Homecoming 2019, October 24th through October 26th. Time to dust off 37. Pull out your tailgate supplies.
So first and 10 at the 37.
As we welcome you back
3
to
receivers
campus.
to the near side.
Game day will even be
1
more
to the far
exciting
side with
as we start
Saffold
the
sidecar
day
right. This
with
time
the homecoming
Hussey's going to
parade
throw it
at
over to
10
Saffold.
a.m.
He's got it at the 40
Then it's
to
time
the
to
45.
tailgate and
Tiptoes
cheer on
out
the
of bounds.
Falcons football team.
And they're going to mark it about a yard short of the first down. No, they did get it.
Was it is a first down.
It is a first down.
You ready to play? Fun today.
So they get it up to the 47-yard line. Saffold does. So first and 10 from that point.
Come on, hurry up, let's go. Come on, hurry up. Let's go, get in here, let's go. Finish.
Over on this side, it's Brown, Greenout, and Green.
I don't think I need to say how fast we need to start this
Or
game, right?
no, Williams, I should say. Hand off to Saffold once again. Saffold being stood up at the 49-yard line, so he's going to pick up 2.
Big off return. Hey, the big gets better and better every year, boys. Throw it.
Saffold not too happy about that.
Go, score! Touchdown!
So second down.
That's it! Look, if you can go now. Wait now.
Picked up 2. They're going to mark it at the 49-yard line.
Let's go, come on.
Second
Keep
down
on every time, okay?
49-yard line.
Great job in there.
They trail by 3,
If I can score every time we get the ball on first down, I'm doing it.
This time Cossio
Trying to get positive yards on first down.
Fires it down, looking for Williams, and Williams got it at the 8-yard line, or at the 12-yard line. He stretched out, got that one.
He had a step on the defensive back.
We got to run it this side.
Laid out his body, hauled the pass in, first down for Central State inside the Fort Valley State 15-yard line.
Williams, what a find by the Marauders. This time,
you guys are looking mic'd up right now.
Williams and Greenout out wide to the right. Brown to the near side, I formation.
Don't forget that. Let's go.
With Saffold in the eye. Saffold's going to get the ball. He's going to go to the left side and pick up maybe a yard down to the 12-yard line.
All right. Okay, I guess so.
They're well in the range of,
hey, that's messed up.
Joshua.
He don't like you. That's the problem.
That's your man, too.
That's your boy, too.
They're saying,
I told you. What? Hey, everybody back away from Sean's foot. Don't step on it. So go down there and learn how to play safety.
Okay.
Knucklehead. Hey, Adonis! Great block, buddy. Hey, if you need anything down the road, let me know. Yeah, sure.
Brown, he's got a touchdown, Marauders! He reached over the defensive back, got the ball,
respond the way we did,
and the Marauders lead it by 3, 20-17.
Hey, all right, you guys better
12-yard pass.
Set the tone and beat Grafton on Saturday.
To the ground as Nunez will try to make it a 4-point lead.
With 9:40 to play.
It's crazy. I kind of wish, how did they do it?
And it's
had
blocked.
to look into that. It had to have been enough. I mean, literally, Charleston had the ball 2 in a row, so it was either a turnover or an onside kick or something.
And they're going to be brought down
That's off to Charleston for not quitting, because against that team,
Hansberry got the ball
down that
brought
far.
down to the 50-yard line.
Honestly, and I even said to you, I thought that game was over, but
by the way, I just updated Twitter.
So it's
McLaughlin runs a 70-yard touchdown run, first play from scrimmage following that. 9:30 to play. It's now 56-53.
Well, we've Travis, you and I have certainly seen you.
We saw that a couple weeks ago.
You see that in action.
They did the first time they were down by 3.
It's the real deal.
And get the touchdown.
Young man, and I didn't look. He only had 28 yards last week, and I know
here in this second
really
quarter.
only played first half or first quarter.
I
don't know what that was about. I didn't look into it any further. I should have. Too busy studying other
good crowd on hand because they're
Fairmont
sitting in
State.
the
Look here in the first half against State. They've already rolled up 325 yards of total offense. They're one of the fourth in the country in total offense. I thought a real interesting stat that I stumbled upon last week is of the top 20 teams in Division II in total offense. Fairmont ranks 4th, and there's only 3 of the schools in the top 20 have losing records. The other 17
over end kick coming down. It's going to be short, picked up by Clark. Clark's going to fall down.
All right,
and
so we're just about ready.
25-yard
our third
line,
quarter
and
underway.
It's going to be stopped.
Big series for Fairmont's
on
defense.
The play
here.
by Rasheem Whitfield. So it'll be first and 10
on
for
the run up.
Tigers
and
or
he
the
boots
Wildcats.
it, and that one relatively short, but good hang time. Light 15-20 over the 25, and he will be hit just over the 30. Still trying to wrestle him to the turf. They can't quite get him down.
And the extra point blocked.
And that's, I'm not so sure you don't want to, if Harvath is still bothered by that strain, his kickoffs have been increasingly shorter and shorter. That one only getting to the 15-yard line. That might be a case where, you might want to look into having Ahmed Ali kicked off a couple weeks ago.
Man, wide open is Malik Rout, and he in and out of his hands, and the ball falls to the ground.
He had
9 seconds into the quarter, and the line of scrimmage is the 32-yard line, first and 10. Here's a snap back and a give up the middle. Over the 35 to the 37 goes Dylan Lucas. Again, Lucas held in check
to go here in the
first half. His 7th carry
backfield now
of the afternoon will net him 17 yards.
Wildcats is Contavious Thomas. Two receivers to either side.
And number 99,
Jarman going back, fires over to the left
really
side. He's got a man open up down at the 35.
Early on.
Play action. Krauser back, throws over the middle. Barrett makes the catch, tackled right at midfield.
In there on the stop.
He had 2 steps on Lewis, able to haul it in.
First down for West Virginia State. Keyshawn Haley on the tackle.
First down.
2 plays are at midfield already, Travis. Again, Fairmont's pass defense, which has really not been good this whole season. Let them down again, and no pressure on the quarterback. Give State's offensive line credit. And Hensley gets the ball out pretty quick.
Goes out of bounds for
ball to 50.
Good enough for another first down.
Handoff goes to Lucas, and he won't get out of the backfield on this one. He'll lose a yard back to midfield. Fairmont had the gaps controlled. Kulu was there along with
campus.
Alex Solano.
Lots of runs, second down, midfield.
Second down and 11.
Going over to the same side route, stumbles out of bounds at the
Jones in as the
18-yard line.
fullback in front of the running back Lucas. Sprint out and a throw, and it's caught along the sideline. Late penalty comes in. Barrett made the catch in front of Porter at the 42, but this penalty marker was thrown back into the offensive backfield of State.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Defense, number 93.
Open on the near side.
15 yards added on to the end of the run. First down.
Well, yeah, you looked down and you saw the helmet off of Mylan Howard, an offensive lineman. And that is because McCooloo ripped it off of him.
5:52 left.
So we'll go from the 42, and we're marching the wrong way here.
Just exactly what you didn't want to see happen is happening to Fairmont. You know, and just compound that with silly. And McCooloo is, as good as he's played, he's done some really bonehead things too. He's cost his team with some penalties and stuff. He's really got to be a little more disciplined of a player, because that's a 15-yarder for freebie. Put State in business inside your 30.
Down to 27-yard line. It's time the backs line up to the left. Play action. Hensley's back, and he throws right down the seam. Pass is caught. Jones, and he'll run in for the touchdown. So just released him right down the field. He lined up in that I set in the fullback position and went right down the field and beat Trevon Shorts. And Hensley has thrown nice touch, or shown nice touch on throws all day. And West Virginia State gets a 2-for-1. They score at the end of the first half. They score at the start of the third quarter, and we're in a new ball game. Extra point to cut it back to a 3-point game.
It's the same old story, Travis, we're reading each week by Fairmont State.
At the 3-yard line.
Allstrom's kick is up and good. So the Falcons now have to get back to work. 17-point lead has evaporated. 24-21, West Virginia State back to within 3. Fairmont will have the ball when we come back. 12:50 to play third quarter. Falcon football coverage continues, presented by Valley Distributing.
Taking himself, he's going to flip it out, and into the end zone goes Marlin. So a touchdown by Marlon Fleming.
He broke 2 tackles along the way.
And amateur officials across the United States by encouraging interest in most of the
Wildcats.
Award-winning advocations out there.
And it is now 23.
Get back to and stay part of the game. Stay in shape. Feel your need to stay within the competition and remain a part of the team. Earn extra money. For more from
and it's far from being over, too. So they're going to go for 2. Jarman firing over to the right side and has a man open in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And that's going to go to Shamar Bridges. So now it is 25-20.
Number 17, Bridges. Your score, Fort Valley 25.
So it's 25-20 in favor of Fort Valley State. But I tell you what.
24-21, 12:50 remaining third quarter. Fairmont's going to have to score some points here. 24 is not going to do it this afternoon. 12:50 to play.
Travis, you want to look at something.
Scoring drive, 75 yards, 7 plays.
Hensley has completed 10 of his last 11 passes for 172 yards, and that's really all come in the last portion of the second quarter here in the first drive of the second half. Not a good defensive effort for Fairmont State.
Not to belabor the point, but all came after Fairmont's fumble.
Yeah, it did. And you're right. It's just momentum's such a funny thing. And
first half.
Close to playing a near perfect first half, and then fumble the ball away, and then you ignite a spark at State, and they're right back in this game.
Allstrom the kickoff.
Here's an interesting stat. Fort Valley State has run 44 plays to Central State's
Randolph
20.
fields it.
However,
7, 10, 15. Over the 20. And he'll dance to the 25, still alive, but outside the numbers at the 35, and he's tackled in the State bench area.
Went out of bounds at about
and penalty markers come flying in.
State has the option to take it where it went out of bounds.
We're going to take that option, and they're going to
so we'll check the penalty. I thought they horse-collared him first and then hit him in the bench area. So
at the 40-yard line.
We'll see what they decide on here.
Marauders at their own 40-yard line with 4:59.
So you've got a fired up West Virginia State sideline now after their offense has delivered 2 touchdowns. Speaking of touchdowns aplenty at Charleston. Notre Dame, mentioned McLaughlin's touchdown run to give Notre Dame the lead back.
They got what they needed, and they're gone.
UC went 3 and punt. They snapped the ball over the punter's head, recovered in the end zone by Notre Dame College to 63-53. Now that score. I know they didn't start basketball season early. That's a football score
Greenow
in the fourth quarter at Laidley Field.
Down to the 49-yard line.
All right, we've got a conference that the UN would be jealous of going on at the 36-yard line. All but 2 of the officials, 3 of the officials involved.
Well, where the penalty is, it's hard to believe it could be on Fairmont because there's really only one player over there, and that was Randolph.
Yeah, he's just trying to get out alive over there. And that swarm of Yellow Jackets, but might have multiples here. It took them a while to sort this out.
Another play.
They're explaining it to John Pennington.
Motion is Williams.
All right, we have multiple fouls on the play.
Firing down. He's got Greenow open, and he
hit out of bounds.
At about the 20-yard line, so
kicking team
down.
Number 20.
At the 49.
Push
We have
that
a personal
pass
foul.
a little bit too far.
Late hit.
Had the receiver open.
Number
but,
19 of the receiving team. Those fouls offset.
17 remaining here in the second
We have
quarter.
personal foul, hands to the face.
Long 2 quarters. Now Green.
A lot to keep
Number
track
39 of the kicking team. That penalty will be accepted.
Or Williams to the right. Brown to the near side.
Number 39 has disqualified himself from the
Has
game.
a man open, and it is.
So that is Tavon Hunter, a backup running back, transfer from Morehead State, so he's been tossed for West Virginia State.
To the face.
It must have been a punch.
10 for the Marauders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that.
I mean, technically, that is sticking your hand in someone's face.
You're right.
Just
say punch.
At the 27-yard line.
So he's been ejected. And he's already on his way. He's almost out of the stadium already.
Far side, Brown over to the near side.
All right, so the ball comes out to the 49.
First and 10.
First and 10.
The backfield is to Sean Gunter.
Pistol set. Fayette
Going sidecar
comes
right.
in motion.
This time Cossey is going to hand off.
Bootleg out.
Gunter is
Cruz Naylor
dropped.
looks and throws.
And he
and
fumbles
Devon
it, and he's going
Hayes
to be hit again.
couldn't get a
Fumbles
foot
it
in.
again. Picked up by the by number 31.
Gatay waited a little bit too late to
and
throw
he's going to
that
go
one.
into the
Hayes
end zone
really
for a
ran
touchdown.
out. He was running with him to the sideline, and I'm not sure why he waited so long, but he ran
twice.
Hayes out of bounds.
2 mistakes that time by
Travis,
Gunter.
First and 10,
Yes,
or
he
second and
fumbled
10
the
now,
football,
and
but the
State
mistake
49. You're in
happened
excellent
not
field
once,
position.
but twice.
You're in a game with a team
as
that's
he tried
woken
to
up
pick the
now.
ball up and run with it. He
Excellent
lost it
chance
once,
to take advantage
got
of
it
it
back,
for Fairmont here.
tried
You
it a
can't
second
waste this
time,
opportunity.
and that resulted in a fumble return for the touchdown.
Give up the middle.
Cedric
And
Pearl
Khalid
saying he
Hamlin
was
doesn't
down
go far. He'll get 2 yards.
Back at the 35-yard
That's
line
it.
or thereabouts.
Took State a while, but the Yellow Jackets are now fully awake and ready to play some football, and Fairmont's going to have to crank it up.
Talking to the side judge. He is very
Keenan Johnson
animated down
and
there.
Dustin Krauser teaming up. It's 3rd down and 8.
And
Fairmont
31-20. Time is called.
in that first half on
As
3rd
one
down
of the officials
conversions,
going down.
3 of 5, but most were third
Center
mediums.
judge is going down.
Hayes comes
And
in
the Fort
motion.
Valley State trainer is out there in a hurry.
Cruz Naylor
and
takes the
so is
snap. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's flushed out to the near side, looking. Nobody's open. And he's going to be hit by Krauser and dropped at the line of scrimmage.
So they're going to call that as a touchdown. Fumble recovery.
Credit to State's defense.
Miller.
Everybody
By
defended.
Kentron
You know, when you
James.
roll out and get out of the pocket, you're in one half of the field. It kind of makes it easier to defend because you're only defending one half of the field.
4th down.
And some of that, I think, stems from the fact that he's been sacked so many times this year. He's really just not comfortable in the pocket.
So that makes it now 31-20.
Back deep.
Tucker on the punt.
17, Zach Pate for West
Second
Virginia
punt
State.
of the afternoon. First one went 38 yards. Pate deep to receive. Low snap. No problem.
That's down.
And Tucker gets rid of it. Going to hit at the 20 and roll for Fairmont down inside the 10 and die at the 9-yard line. So
No, that's not it.
special teams does their job. Sam Tucker delivers another kick inside the 20 on the season. And with 10:55 to play in the 3rd quarter,
Center judge up.
defense going to have to get a stop. State will have the ball with a chance to take their first lead. 24-21. Fairmont on top of West Virginia State. 10:55 to play. Third.
He is not walking on that left leg at all. He's being carried off just like Mashburn was. He's not even bending that knee. He's not even bending the leg. Did you have his name or not?
You said the center judge?
Yeah.
That would be Rashad Lewis.
3:22 remaining here in this second quarter. 31-20 is our score. So, they will be without a center judge, but they've done that before. So Jarman will go for 2.
Go back to the old school of having 7 officials instead of 8.
Yeah. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. In the backfield is Marlon Fleming. Trying to make it 33-20.
Frostburg's out of the touchdown. They lead Wesleyan 21-6 now in the third quarter.
And it is 31-20.
First and 10, ball to 9. State has it. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
3 drives, Travis, if you go back to that one right before the fumble, right after the fumble.
There's Pate, makes the catch out to the 23-yard line on a deep throw intended for Pate. He pulls it in. Porter there to tackling. 14-yard pickup out to the 23 and a first down.
The only thing you're going to awaken Fairmont State's defense, they're just reeling right now. He's guessing at what's coming. Can't defend any of the passes. They're going to have to pick something off, cause a fumble, get some kind of big play to get their momentum back.
Jones goes in motion out of the backfield. Hensley's back. This time he is pressured and he's going to throw it out of bounds. So the Falcons able to make him uncomfortable. John Nesbitt back there chasing him along with Jaquan Fraley. And forced Hensley to throw that one away.
Back deep for the Marauders.
Second down and 10. Jones will come out. They will go with a 4 wide receiver look here.
10-yard line.
Broke a streak of 7 straight completions for Hensley.
They've had. It's gone out
shotgun sidecar, snap to Hensley. He looks, he throws over the middle, pass caught, missed tackle, light, turns it upfield over the 35, and he'll have it out to the 34s. Trevon Shorts missed him at the 26-yard line, and it turns into a first down.
Bad angle tackle for Trayvon Shorts. He could have had him at the 27, would have held him to a 4-yard gain. Instead, he gets all the way to the 34 and gives the Yellow Jackets new life and a first down at their own 34.
Remaining in the first half. Marauders trail at 31-20.
First and 10 from the 34. Snap to Hensley, 4-man rush. He throws wide open. Barrett up the far sideline, 30, 25-20, 15-10. He's down to the goal line, and he is out at the 3. Bust in the Fairmont secondary.
Robert Corbin in at tight end.
And Barrett got behind the secondary up the far sideline, and he runs it all the way down to the 3-yard line. Was finally wrestled out of bounds
now firing down
by Fairmont safety Chris Smith.
But, no penalty call. And it's going to be second down.
63-yard run, pass, and catch for the Yellow Jackets there.
All right, Jones in the backfield, waiting on a direct snap. First and goal from the 3, grabbing motion from the fullback. Jones takes it. Jones going to be hit, surrounded, and dropped. And he'll lose yardage back to the 5. Keyshawn Haley, among others, there to wrestle him down.
Down by Shorts.
Danny Anigwe also involved in that play. That hasn't worked all day. They might as well scrap that Wildcat.
Why even? You've thrown the ball for almost 300 yards, 293 here, and you've done it predominantly in the last 10 minutes of this game. Why even try to run the ball? Because you haven't run it with success all day, but we'll take it.
Dylan Lucas in the pistol. Second and goal. Snap and a throw, and it is caught. Touchdown, Barrett. Out muscles DeSoto McKenzie to make that touchdown catch. And West Virginia State with 8:35 to play in the third quarter, about to go up by 4. They were down by 17 twice in this game.
One with center judge Rashad.
Sadly, Travis, it's the same old story. I thought early on maybe we were going to see a little different Fairmont State football team, and then you had. I thought they really were playing, but now, the doubt creeps back in when you're a team that's struggling, you're a team that's fighting your own demons and turnovers and mistakes and everything. When you compound that, now you start second-guessing yourself again, and it's sad because they really had played until that final couple minutes of the first half, a great first half, had themselves in excellent position, and now, again, your back's against the wall, and you've given up a 17-point lead twice, and virtually no excuse for it. Just cannot get off the field.
Ahlstrom adds the extra point.
So, getting up slowly and going off the field on his own power is Antonio Golden. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 at the 39-yard line for the Marauders. So Saffold will go sidecar right to Casio. 3 receivers to the near side. Brown, Williams, and Greenow to the near side. 2:51 left here in this first half. And
movement
everybody
by
moved.
Central State.
Everybody moved, but the center. They're going to mark it back 5 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 10. Robert Corbin going to be called for the penalty. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Advantage of it, and just Fairmont can't get out of their own way right now. They had excellent field position the first time they had the ball with the ball in the State's half. Couldn't even 3 and out. Just like a complete role reversal in this game.
He's got the first down and more.
Ahlstrom's kick and non-returnable.
48-yard line. Got the first
Isaiah
down.
Smith just watches it bounce.
Hensley, 4 touchdown passes. 18 to 23, 298 yards,
on the
4 touchdowns.
And number 97, Nathaniel Freeney, was saying he was being held, but he did not call it. So here we go.
I ball to 25, 1st and 10.
One to the far side and Delaney Brown. This time Grayson Green in, along with Greenow and
shotgun sidecar, Randolph in the backfield, trips to the wide side left.
Flips it to Saffold. Saffold to the 50,
give
to
to the
45,
short side to Randolph.
Inside,
25, and he will shoulder down to the 29.
2:05 left in the first half.
Put him down at the
That's going to be good enough for another first
29
down.
yard, 29, gain of 4.
Trying to get on the.
There's plenty of time.
Absolutely.
No need to get away from.
You don't even have to. You can continue to run the ball.
Absolutely, and I think they should run the ball. Get themselves settled down. Give your defense some blows, but you're going to have to pick up some first downs now. So you're 2nd and 6 now.
From the 29, State stems their defensive line. Cruz Naylor throws, and the defender right on the back, but Smith makes the catch.
Coming over to the near side.
Despite tight coverage from Kyle Alexander.
Has a man, but I think he was out of play.
On the play of,
no, they're going to say he was in bounds.
About
that
5.
Was Kevin Greenow.
3rd and short.
Or no, they're
3rd and 2. Got to get to the 35. Snap it off from the 33.
So it's incomplete. But still a good play.
Oh, yeah.
By the
Cruz Naylor changes the play at the line of scrimmage.
They've been unafraid to try to attack this.
Now still barking instructions, and he moves Randolph for the 3rd time.
Down by 11
from left to right, back to the left. Hands it off to him. And Randolph, it's going to be close. I think he got it. Needed the 35, got to the 35, and that'll be a first down.
Again, just barely, but got there.
This time,
7:13 remaining. Nevers comes in, replacing Smith as Fairmont goes
down to the 39.
With a single tight end here.
Taken away.
He's in the backfield.
Here comes Aaron
Dorr.
Dorr's going to go
power pistol
all the way for the touchdown.
The ball off between the tackles, and Rakeem
recovery.
Darden plows out to the 42.
And it's a touchdown for Fort Valley State. No penalty markers down.
Second
Fairmont trails 28-24, 6:40 remaining third quarter after leading 17-0.
Brought down by Jamal Fox and Noble Zuchline.
This time it's going to Aaron Dorr.
State brings an extra. Now they bring him back out, a corner into the box.
Cannot be happy
and the ball off to Darden. And he'll be a yard shy of the first down as he gets it to the 44-yard line.
Left. It is now 37-20.
So another third and short upcoming here.
Brought down by Jamal Fox.
As Khalik Hamlin will come in.
Oak Valley State offense.
Third down and 1.
They're going to go for 2 once again. Back in the back.
Now we haven't seen any of those exotic 3-back looks.
No wishbone.
Yep, no bone or no straight T.
And the Marauders down by 3 touchdowns.
Did see an eye earlier.
German.
Third and a yard.
And
low snap. Handoff. Hamlin. He's through for a first down as he runs out to the 50-yard line.
68-yard fumble recovery.
Noble Zulag.
68-yard
junior linebacker waits on him there. They'll put his knee down at the Fairmont 49. Shane Fayette will check in, replacing Josh Nevers. Fairmont swaps tight ends. So good drive so far. 24 yards out to the 49 and a first and 10.
So they're going to, coming up at the half, they're going to introduce the homecoming king and queen.
Snap and a give, run blitz, and picking his hole is Randolph, and it closes at the 50-yard line. Gain of a yard. Tackled by Nate Parrish.
Marching Marauders for minute 13.
275 sophomore from South Charleston.
The Marauders have a lot of work to do between now and then. They trail at 37-20. 17 point.
State's trying to cheat and overload the box, Travis.
They are. They're committing an extra guy now.
Yeah, and they should. And this is where Fairmont's got to take advantage of that and make them pay.
Wildcats.
Second down and 9.
They trail 20-17 with 7:21 left.
Give to Rakeem Darden, and the pile doesn't move. Darden got a half yard, and that's it. Here comes a big third and 8.
25 to the 30. 30 cuts upfield to the 35 up to the
they're lucky.
37-yard line.
I don't know that he got a clear hold on that ball right from the get-go. It seemed to bobble a little bit. Able to surge forward for a yard, but now you're in 3rd and 8.
Right, looked like he was holding it up high.
So the Marauders.
So he got the handoff, right below his chin.
They got to go.
3rd and 8, hard count from Cruz Naylor. State jumps, but not enough to draw a flag.
37-yard line.
4:05. State walks the safety down. Now he retreats. Javon Hayes goes in motion.
Central State
snap back. Just a 3-man rush against the zone, and that pass is broken up. Intended for Smith on the far side, and a great diving breakup on the play. We've got a penalty marker down. That was Christian Thompson, the safety, who made that defensive play.
Man open, and Williams overshoots
He just broke hard on the ball and batted it away with his left arm.
So it'll be second down and 10. Sideline warning. First half.
That's a sideline warning on State, so that means nothing. Down will count.
They had the receiver open.
And Fairmont will be forced to punt.
Just overthrew him. Incomplete. Central State.
All right, 28-24.
Last couple of drives
State on top.
Out of sync offensively.
Scored on their last 4 possessions. 3:50 to play. About to get the ball back.
Williams, Green, and Greenow.
Snap back to Tucker. 3-man rush. End over end kick is away. It's going to take a State bounce, a slight one. Cost Fairmont about a yard. And be touchdown at the 18-yard line.
And it looks like Cosio
by Obadiah Asari. So Yellow Jacket ball, 3:41 to play at their own 19-yard line. West Virginia State leading 28-24.
Just a 30-yard punt there for Tucker. You'd like to see him. He's trying to get some English on the ball with the way he's dropping it, but they're in a situation. Just like to see him get as much yards out of it as you can. That kind of backfired and bounced back toward the Fairmont line of scrimmage.
6 foot, 180-pound freshman from Cincinnati. And that kid has been a heck of a find.
Motion to trips. Hensley throws it. Pass caught by Jones, and he's gobbled up immediately by Danny Anigwe right at the line of scrimmage.
Hensley's pass complete to number 43.
So State trying to quick throw down the line to their fullback / H-back. And Falcons all over that one.
Brought down by Danny Anigwe.
No gain. Second down, 10.
Good job of recruiting.
28-24. Hensley, play action. He's back. Backside pressure comes. He didn't see it. And Short sacks him down at the 10-yard line. That's actually DJ Abarahu.
Thank goodness.
He makes his first big play of the game and just on time.
Support the Central State.
DJ, 7th tackle for loss this season. Second on the team only to Trayvon Shorts. And he only needs, I think, 3.5 more to be in the top 10 in school history in that category, Travis.
Trying to balance on the
Came
right
at a big
foot,
time.
Holding the left foot out there.
Came off the left edge, and Hensley never saw him.
That at all.
Brings up a 3rd and 19. Loss of 9 on that.
Hensley takes the snap, going to keep it on the ground. Lucas runs forward, and he'll be shouldered down by Trevon Shorts at the 16. So he needed 19, got 6. And good job, Fairmont defense.
Absolutely imperative that they step up, and it's all keyed by a good swing pass in a unique way with a great coverage and good tackle. And then DJ Abarahu using his speed coming off the edge, beats his man and gets to the quarterback at a 9-yard sack.
And Ahlstrom standing back at the 1-yard line. Here comes pressure, nearly got to it. That was close. Hayes runs up, calls for the fair catch at the 46-yard line and makes it. That was Dalton Dempsey who nearly got the punt block.
At 32
As it stands, Fairmont is 45 yards away from retaking the lead with 1:49 third quarter, 28-24, West Virginia State.
Just a 29-yard punt there.
No, I take that back.
Great job by Fairmont putting pressure, forcing him kind of short-legged. Hayes comes up.
They had what I believe on the call we didn't quite get was that because of the injury that Fort Valley State could have elected to take a 10-second runoff off the clock, but with calling that timeout, they're preserving as much time as they can to get it back now because it's 4th down.
So it'll be 4th down, and what are they going to mark it here? They're going to mark it at the 29-yard line. They've got to get up to the 47.
So it means that Smith is going to have to be punting it from near the 15, so it would be that Fort Valley State will get very good field position near midfield to start a drive with 36 seconds and 2 timeouts, right?
Yep. So 37.
Kyle Alexander right into Hayes' legs and knocked him down, and that's
as a matter of fact, I think
going to go as a
coming out.
no gain, 3rd and 3.
What did we say last week, Travis?
Scrap
that play.
Yeah, if you can't block, you can't block it.
You can't block it, you can't block it. They haven't blocked it all season. I think that's the first time it actually resulted in 0 yards. I believe the other 2 were negative yards. So
good snap.
Wing right.
Kick is away. And they run into it. And that's going to be a first down for the Marauders.
38.
As Majesty Hansberry
Cruz Naylor takes a lazy snap. It's back. He
markers
throws
down,
a dart over the middle, and Hayes dropped it at the 30-yard
And
line.
Smith is hurt too.
Into traffic, there was a defender buzzing by, Tyler Jones, but that was a catchable ball. Was thrown a little bit wide of him. And now the Falcons with a decision to make here on 4th and 3 from the 38-yard line.
That's right. 2 penalties are down, or 2 penalty
The
markers
offense will
are
stay
down.
out there. McDonald
That could have been, here we go.
will come out. Isaiah Smith will come in.
Now what do you do, Travis?
That might be, I'll tell you what, might be a good screen down right here.
Might be. One thing, Tyree McKeith in the center has got to get these snaps up.
Yep. Timeout, Jason Woodman and Fairmont State. With 26.5 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. I'm just thinking screen because I'm thinking State's going to blitz, expecting a pass.
You can slip your back through. Sometimes they get caught up in
a little bit on that right leg.
But with Casilla out with the injury on the previous play, or a couple plays ago, it's going to be interesting now what Central State does. They did have Kevin Greenow in there as a
amazing is remembering that fall is how trees celebrate the end of summer. It's fall colors, like purple. It's trees living their best lives, and you living yours. Fall is here, and amazing is just getting started in Illinois.
As Cosio is on the table.
It'll be Williams in quarterback in the shotgun.
24.2 seconds left here in this first half. Williams, two receivers to either side. Williams going back to pass, firing down to the near side to Brown. Brown, he's going to overshoot him down at the 16-yard line. So it's going to be second down and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Don't account for him.
18.3 seconds left.
A little bit of adrenaline on that pass.
All right, we'll see what Fairmont does. They're going to go with the wing left. That's Fayette. And three wide receivers. Fayette comes in motion on 4th down and 3. Smith goes in motion. Now twins to the left. Cruz Naylor takes the snap. It's low. He's back, and he is going to throw, and it's caught. 31-yard line, and that one was not dropped by Javon Hayes. He'll move the sticks down to the 28. Came right back to him.
Yeah, it was almost the identical play, I think.
He's to the 50. He's got some running room. He's to the 40 and
settling
brought down
in the zone there behind the linebackers in front of the safeties. He's found a soft spot.
Michael Hicks brings him
got a 10-yard gain and a big first down for Fairmont.
Into the third quarter, Fairmont State once led by 17, now trails by 4, but on the move as we start the fourth quarter of play. West Virginia State 28, Fairmont State 24. Fourth quarter begins after this timeout presented by Valor Distributing.
Of Fort Valley State. Time probably for just one more play here in this first half.
I'll tell you what, people are standing along the fence down to our right and to our left. People are sitting in the end zone seats, which we never see except on homecoming weekend.
That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student
crowd
athletes
on hand here today.
interact with community members who view them as role models.
They'll be back in.
This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even
Rodgers will be back home in 2 weeks when they take on the Miles Golden Bears.
We rise to the opportunity and make community engagement.
Marauders on to victory over Miles. This time going out wide to the right is Darius Ford, along with Grayson Green. Green out and Brown to the near side. Williams in the shotgun with Saffold sidecar left. Williams going back to pass, looking, and now he's going to take off and run. Now he fires downfield and overshoots, and Grayson Green goes down.
Head to the start of the fourth quarter here in Fairmont. Final from Charleston. Notre Dame defeats
got hit in the back.
UC 63-53 the final score there. Urbana leads Glenville 24-10
off the field too,
as they play in the end of the third quarter heading to the fourth. So same place where we are here. Start of the fourth quarter and a handoff for Fairmont on a 1st and 10. And that is Tyree Randolph. And Tyree will pick up 4 yards on first down.
The halftime ceremonies coming up.
So Tyree now at 79 yards rushing. Kalik Hamlin 88 on the afternoon.
Again, Green out and round to the near side.
And we haven't seen Kalik.
And
really, he's only carried the ball twice in the second half, Travis.
Williams, he's going to be stopped.
Double tights to the left.
Down, and that's going to do it.
Second down, 6. This is Randolph with a handoff, and
it's the Fort Valley State
takes the ball down to the 19-yard line.
Randolph with the handoff.
I was just thinking, I could see you perhaps opening a
back after this.
little T-shirt sales out of the trunk of your car. Randolph with a handoff T-shirts.
And you, a caricature of you saying it.
We're going to stay right here.
Randolph takes it again. We don't want to. We're not going to give you the Randolph with a handoff on a 1-yard run. That's not worthy. But, you'll get near the lead stick. And they're eyeballing it. They're going to move them. First down, Fairmont. Falcons down 28-24, 13:44 to play here in the fourth quarter.
First and 10 from the 18. Again, nice drive so far for Fairmont State.
West Liberty leading Concord now 44-0. Handoff goes to Tyree Randolph, and he'll get it down to the 14-yard line. That's 4 yards. So Fairmont's O-line, again, starting to move some ground up front. These little simple handoffs are netting you 4 yards.
That was your formula for success early on, and it's working here again. Now, Hamlin in the game now. See if they try to go wide.
Hayes and McDonald out there as receivers. Fayette comes to the boundary side. Hayes does too. Play clock is at 2. And the handoff goes that way. And Hamlin just ran out of real estate. Put him out the 13-yard line.
Maybe the 12.
Right, it might be the 12. Nope, down marker's the 13. No, there's
ball's on the 12. Though.
Yeah, it is on the 12. All right, so 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 5. Fairmont needs a touchdown. Be interesting to see if you don't get the first down here if Woody gets the field goal. With 12:20 to play, still plenty of time. Fully loaded gun. Handoff goes to Randolph, and boy, that was a great run. Randolph, it was designed to go left. He saw a cut back to the right and made that cut back and found the running room down to the 6, and that's a 1st and goal.
That was a big-time play. Now I'd like to get a little dose of that wishbone. Great play by Randolph. You're right. Designed to go left. He quickly sees the seam and the openings to the right, and he danced back. Little jump cut back to the right. Runs it 6 yards down to the 6-yard line. A big 1st down for the Falcons.
Fairmont breaks the huddle. They've got Tyree Randolph now in the Wildcat. Snap it back to him. He's going to run it. Krauser breaks free, and Randolph is going to be pulled down out of bounds by the back of his jersey, and the late flag comes flying in. I don't even know who threw that. Saw a flag fly, but I don't see an official. So somebody threw that one from a distance. That was a late penalty, too.
And the ball's back at the 9, right?
Yep. It's on Fairmont. Lost the ref's ability to speak to us. It's a 15-yard penalty. I didn't see the signal. Ball goes back to the 24-yard line.
That's a killer because it's likely a dead ball, so now you're looking at 2nd and goal.
Yep, it is 2nd down.
2nd down, Falcons from the 24.
Some kind of personal foul, only the 3rd penalty on Fairmont.
Yeah, and off the ball. It happened. I think it happened. There's a medical tent down there, and I think it happened. We were blocked from the canopy, so we couldn't see what happened down there. Handoff goes to Hamlin, and the edge not set. Hamlin gets down to the 20 for 4. That play, we saw it as soon as he took the handoff. That was going nowhere. Well, now you're in 3rd
and
goal from the 20.
Down from the 20.
Well, he's probably going to take a shot, Travis. You got to look. You got to think Hayes. And you know, if you're State, you're thinking Hayes. It looks like they're doubling him with the safety, but you got man-on-man coverage against Aaron Lewis on the outside.
There's a snap, looking that way. Hayes dives, can't make the catch. And a flag down on the flag route.
Area holding, likely. So if you're State, do you take it?
On the edge of field goal range. It is on Fairmont. They're giving the options to John Pennington. So it's at the 20. So from here, a 37-yard field goal. The wind's been tricky. So, yeah, I don't know if you don't back them up. If you're State, get it back to the 30 on a 3rd and goal. Well, this drive is coming to a disastrous end. You had the ball at the 5.
Yeah. 1st and goal. And a 3-yard loss. Tack on the 15-yard personal foul.
That's a 15 because that's a personal foul. Hands to the face, but they decline him.
Yeah. Fairmont, I think, kind of catches a break there, but you know, if you're Pennington, you don't want to give him another shot to get closer, possibly.
All right, so you hear the wind out there. It is swirling right now. It really kind of looks like it's the back of Harvath. Might be a crosswind, but Streamers seem to be favoring the kicker here. 37-yard attempt. High snap. Good hold. Kick on the way. Has plenty of leg. And that kick is no good. Pulled it.
Kick is no good for
Wide left. And that's tough if you're Fairmont. You're down 28-24. You got a drive that you needed to have. Move the football. In years past, it's been somebody on the defense in situations like this would step up and make a play. Jerry Eway interception return for a touchdown to Stephen Turner, pick, a sack, and a fumble. Who's going to step up on this defense and make a play?
Empty set, 1st and 10. Ball to 20. Pate, receiver screen. And he avoids the first defender, but can't get by Trevon Shorts. Trevon Shorts makes the tackle at the 21-yard line. Well, in Fairmont's advantage here is State has shown no ability to run the football. And that's what they would like to do right here, to try to run off as much of this 10 minutes as possible. 2nd down, 9. Lucas has it. As I say that, he busts and run up the middle, dives over the 30 to the 31, and that'll be a 1st down.
Right on cue, Travis. Just like you said, you haven't run the football all day, and the longest carry of the day so far for any State ball carrier right there by Lucas, a 9-yarder, or 10-yarder, excuse me. Good for a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets.
Ball at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10. Give to Lucas again. He's bottled up in the backfield this time and can't escape. He'll lose yardage back to the 29-yard line for a loss of 2.
Remember back to the Frostburg game, they had trouble running the ball. Frostburg did the whole night until they needed to at the end, and then were able to run it with success.
5-minute mark. 2nd down, 12.
Loss of 2, 2nd down.
Hensley takes his time here, looks to the sideline, gets the play call. Play clock's at 7. They're already in their desired formation. Hensley looks, throws, receiver fell down. Out of the break, it's incomplete.
Hensley's pass at 7.
3rd and 12. Defense a chance here to get the offense the ball back. With 8:36 remaining, plenty of time. Fairmont needs a touchdown.
That's what Fairmont's doing. 3rd down, they're taking Anigwe out, putting Chris Smith in. Smith, a better coverage linebacker. That time, Pate was the intended target. He just got tangled up with Anigwe in the 5-yard zone and fell down.
The Falcons get a line. 3rd and 12, empty set. Get pressure, 4-man rush, quick throw in the middle, dropped by Pate at the 35, and he was going to have to do a lot of work to get anywhere near the lead stick, even if he made the catch. But he drops it, so again the defense does its job. And the punter, Martin Alstrom, who has kicked him short all afternoon, he'll come in and punt it from his own 15.
That's on Fairmont's offense. The defense has done their job the last 2 times, getting off the field with 3 and out. Well, not a 3 and out that time, but close.
I just gave up 1 first down. Hayes, fair catch, taken 34-yard line. 8:24 left. Fairmont football. Falcons trying to rally to win this one after leading 17-0 and then leading again 24-7. They've been outscored 21-0 since.
Look for Fairmont State, really, other than Javon Hayes, no one much of a threat to catch the ball. They did throw the one screen for 52 yards and a touchdown to Tyree Randolph early. Isaiah Smith, 1 catch, 4 yards. Clay Cameron, 1 for -2. They're the only other people to catch the ball besides Hayes for the Falcons today.
Randolph takes it out to the 41-yard line. On first down, picks up 6. Randolph will come out. Hamlin's already in the backfield.
You know, and ideally here, Travis, is if you get things going, a nice 7-minute drive or something like that, get down, punch it in, take the lead, very little time for State to work with, but key is punching it in.
Handoff to Khalid Hamlin. Tries to wiggle away from the linebacker. Can't, but will get the first down. Out to the 46-yard line. Noble Zulag is able to roll him down at the 46. First down, Fairmont.
By my count, Tyree Randolph, 22 carries, 101 yards. Khalid Hamlin, 14 for 99.
This is Randolph. This is Randolph to the outside. This is Randolph breaking a tackle up the near sideline, 35-30, and he runs out in front of 2 defenders at the 28-yard line. Oh, he went wide and kept going wider and found an escape route.
Seems a little bit lame, like he pulled up there for a minute. Usually Tyree will take on. They had now 2 defenders coming at him. They had the angle on him, so really smart to step out there, but almost looks like he pulled up with a little bit. Down there talking to Trent.
He's cramping
up, talking to Bob Cable. But nevertheless, a nice run all the way down to the 28-yard line of State. 26-yard run.
Power pistol right. This is Rakeem Darden. He runs right into Krauser. And that ends that. Gain a yard. Hamlin will jog in. Second down, 9 from the 27-yard line. Bob Cable continues to work on Tyree Randolph, massaging his left calf. Handoff goes to Khalid Hamlin. Gets the outside, puts his shoulder down at the 20. And delivers a blow to the defensive back, Kyle Alexander. It'll be a full yard, maybe 2 short of the first down. Clock at 6:10 remaining. Fairmont down by 4, 28-24.
7, third down.
3rd and 2.
Fully loaded gun. Hamlin and Randolph in the backfield. Snap is back, and here's a little swing pass caught by Khalid Hamlin. Didn't get a lot, but looks like he got enough for the first down.
Well executed. That's the thing about the Fairmont backs. You don't know. Other than Randolph, I'm comfortable with him, but I don't. The other ones don't have a lot of experience catching the football.
Darden in the backfield now in the pistol set. 1st and 10, ball at the 17-yard line. Hakeem takes it. And before he can get moving up the field, they grab him and pull him down at the 16-yard line. He was tackled by Donovan Campbell.
Donovan Campbell on the spot.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down, 9. Randolph still has not returned.
Both Falcon backs over 100 yards, Travis, today.
Yeah, 2nd time this season, right?
2nd time this season.
Randolph is up next to Bob Cable on the sideline, the Fairmont trainer. 2nd and 9. Snap. Cruz Naylor keeps it, tries to get outside. 15, hemmed in. He puts his shoulder down. Attaboy. Quarterback delivers some contact on Tyler Jones, the safety. Stepped out at the 11-yard line. So again, got to get to maybe just a nose inside the 8.
Yeah, the 7. Yeah, the 7 is where I had the ball original line of scrimmage at the 17. Carries to the 11. So
2 downs to get it. 4 to get. Clock at 4:20. Spread look. Cruz Naylor looks to throw over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown. Javon Hayes a yard deep in the end zone. What a beautiful piece of ball faking by Taquan Cruz Naylor. Tay pivots out, spins, and throws it to Hayes on the skinny post, and Fairmont retakes the lead with 4:12 to play, 30-28.
You're right, Travis. That was an excellent design play. Nice play action to Hamlin. The turnaround spin. You think he's going to maybe throw to the outside run, and here comes Hayes across the middle open, and he throws a dart right to him in the front of the end zone.
A big extra point for Colin Harvath, who had the MEC, or still has, but the streak came to an end last week. Most consecutive makes, and the kick is away, and the kick is good for Colin Harvath. With 4:12 remaining here in the fourth quarter, West Virginia State will have the ball with 3 timeouts, needing a drive to tie or take the lead. Well, offense responds. Defense has done their job the last 2 possessions, and if they do it a 3rd time in a row, Fairmont's going to pick up a win.
Comes down to this. Here's your chance. You want some redemption for Fairmont State. Your defense has done a job. Your offense has done a job. Now your defense has got one more chance, one more opportunity. They have to step up for this team.
A couple of minutes. Your halftime score.
12.
9 plays. Excuse me, Travis. 9 play. 65-yard drive for Fairmont State on that one. And it took 4:10 off the clock.
Drive summary. Sponsored by T&S Ford, Fairmont's new Ford store.
After this timeout, you're listening to
Imperative here. We got Colin or Ahmed.
Yeah, here's Colin.
His kickoffs just haven't had the distance today, particularly as the game's going on. State's been able to get some returns. Shorter field. It'd be nice to get one deep on him.
1,700 wishes. Find out more.
Looks like a crosswind that he's dealing with here from right to left, and that's where the ball goes. Light takes it at the 2, over the 5, 10, 15, 20, broke tackle, and he is lassoed and pulled down to the 27-yard line.
I'm not sure if that was Wetzel or Dalton Dempsey kind of gave an Olay tackle attempt, and that's not like those two. Those are pretty big hitters and big-time players on special teams, particularly Dempsey, who I believe has got the majority of his tackles this season on special teams, but that allowed him to get through that arm tackle and get out to the 26-yard line. But a great kickoff by Harvath all the way to the 2-yard line.
At 1st and 10 from the 26 against State. All their timeouts at 4:05, so clock not a factor yet.
For more information, visit Profiler Performance.
Boy, a chance here for somebody in this secondary to step up and make a huge play for this team.
Hensley, 1 pick, 1 sack today, and we get how about that? A State timeout with the stop clock.
Become a Belgian believer in the mission of Central State University. Help CSU thrive for years to come. To learn more, go to www.csubelievers.com. Our new funding website is safe, easy to use, and can be easily accessed from any mobile device. Visit www.csubelievers.com.
Amazing is remembering that fall is how trees celebrate the end of summer. It's fall colors, like purple. It's farm to table, and the world's largest corn maze. It's trees living their best lives, and you living yours. It's getting lost in the woods and finding a new fall ritual. Fall is here, and Amazing is just getting started in Illinois. Find yours at enjoyillinois.com. Amazing is remembering that fall is how trees celebrate the end of summer. It's fall colors, like purple. It's farm to table.
Played well today.
Here's a throw over the middle. Light makes the catch, and Light takes a solid shot in the side at the 41-yard line as he moves across the field. Hit by Keyshawn Haley, but he'll move it out to the 41 for a gain of 15.
First down for the 41.
Turnover battle, though, going the way of Fort Valley State.
Power pistol to the right, 1st and 10 from the 41. Snap and a give. And dancing through the holes, Dylan Lucas, and that hole closes at the 43-yard line. John Nesbitt and Danny Anigwe teaming up for Fairmont, gain of 2. At this point, you've just got, I think, State trying to run the ball to keep Fairmont honest defensively.
Absolutely. You're not going to see it a whole lot with 3:24 left. You'll see State exclusively, maybe one more run.
Krauser takes the snap, and he's going to throw it up the near sideline. Incomplete along the near sideline, intended for A.J. Barrett. Good coverage there that time by DeSoto McKenzie. He had help over the top from Jordan Schaefer. And it's 3rd down and 8 with 3:12 remaining.
From the 43, it's
29 yards of catches is Brown. Williams, 1 catch, 38 yards. 3 catches for 28 yards. We're back for the second half.
There we go.
All right, 3rd and 8 from the 43-yard line. Clock stop, 3:12. Hensley takes the snap. Pressure comes, throws over the middle. Incomplete. Trying to hit Light on an in route at the 50, and now a decision here to be made for John Pennington that he can stop it twice with 3:07 to play, facing a 4th down and 8. Ball at the 42 of State.
34-yard line.
What do you do, Travis?
I think the way that Fairmont's run the ball today, I don't know if you can punt it. Looks like John Pennington doesn't think he can either.
Robert Rahu got a great jump. He was about 2 steps away from level on Hensley before he threw that football. Let's hope he gets another one.
All right, here we go. 4th and 8 from the 42. Empty set. Hensley takes the snap. He stands in. He throws, and the pass is going to be caught at the 46-yard line, and a 1st down to A.J. Barrett as they went at Danny Anigwe, and Danny was on top of Barrett. We're waiting for the flag to fly, but instead Barrett made the catch.
11 yards. They needed 7, got 11, and you're right. Anigwe did have the back arm wrapped around him. Still Barrett able to make the catch.
2:45, handoff to Lucas. Lucas at the 45-40, and he is down to the Fairmont 37-yard line, a pickup of 9. So again, now State only needs a field goal to continue this game. Down by 3. And again, we'll talk about Ahlstrom.
Pick up maybe 3 yards.
His up and down season.
At the 41-yard line.
And a timeout going to be taken by Fairmont defensively.
Boy, you come down to 4th and 7.
Just going back to pass, firing down, has a man open at the 30.
Something to go right somewhere, somehow, some way.
That
they
was,
just can't
QA Walker
seem to catch a break and get themselves off the field. They've been so close to making plays. You know, the 2-point conversion against Frostburg. Young man waiting.
And slipped, but was able to still bring in the pass for the completion. He was well behind the Central State defense.
2 receivers to the near side. They're going to this time fake a handoff, fires across the middle, and it's incomplete.
It was batted down by Central
Amazing
State
is remembering that fall is how trees celebrate the end of summer. It's fall colors, like purple.
So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 36-yard line.
It's farm to table.
Marauders, they trail it 37-20, just underway here.
All right, so the situation is this. State's got 2 timeouts. Fairmont's got 2 timeouts. State facing a 2nd down and a yard from the Fairmont 37-yard line, so not quite yet in comfortable field goal range. Ahlstrom's longest is at 44, but he has missed from the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s this season. And to give up the middle and nearly breaking free is Lucas. He'll take it to the 25, but he nearly housed that one.
He did. That's inexcusable for Fairmont's defense. You've done an outstanding job all year, and particularly this game of stuffing the run, and now you've given up back to this drive alone. Well, this drive he had a 9-yard carry and then right there a 12-yard carry.
Hensley rolls out. He looks. Barrett's behind the secondary, and he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown.
Shamar Bridges.
West Virginia State. 1:48 to play.
Looks like
DeSoto McKenzie again, didn't he?
Yep, that's the matchup they like. Barrett's used up DeSoto McKenzie a couple of times this afternoon. And State is back to the lead. I guess the good news is for Fairmont, they left you some time. 1:48 to play.
1:48, but when a team that has really struggled to move the ball other than on the ground, hasn't had to go to the air, has only thrown the football today 16 times. Not a lot of time.
Kick is on the way, and Alstrom adds the extra point, so that makes it a touchdown needed for Fairmont with 1:48 to play here in the fourth quarter. Falcons will have the ball. Pair of timeouts as West Virginia State scores under 2 minutes to retake the lead. Back after this from Valley Distributing. Hey, Spike, just give me 30 and no buffer. 30, no buffer.
Drive took a minute and 55 seconds off the clock. Jarman the pass to Bridges for 18 yards, and then Jarman the pass to Rout, good for the 2-point conversion. And as Doug said, 45 to 20.
So 25 complete, and they've got to get some points.
Well, really, the Fairmont season in a nutshell right there in this quarter. You know, the defense gets back-to-back stops. The offense finally wakes up and responds and scores a touchdown, and then now the defense has a chance to win the game. Has State in a 4th and 8. Can't get off the field. Gives up a touchdown pass with 1:48 to play.
It is. It's been the whole story to this season, Travis.
The kicker's back in there now.
And you can sit and say if you're Fairmont, we've been so close, we're just here, there, and that's true. But until you make that play, until you make that game-changing play or that game-changing stop, the results aren't going to change, and they haven't.
I need a good return here.
After he was helped off the field.
If you get a returnable kick. Smith and Randolph, who's back out there.
So it'll be 1st and 10.
Ready to return Alstrom's kick from the 35-yard line with 1:48 left. Pair of timeouts.
21-yard line with 12:49.
Run up, and it's going to be returnable. Randolph at the 3. Starts upfield, 15-20. To the 25, breaks a tackle. To the 30, to the 35. He dances to the 40. He breaks loose. 45-40, 35-30. Don't touch anybody. 10, 15. He's in. Touchdown. Tyree Randolph returns the kickoff. With 1:33 to play in the fourth quarter, there is a flag down back at the 34. But it looks like it's on State. It is. Offsides on the kickoff.
Oh, I was going to say, because you got to give the Fairmont, you said don't touch anybody, and you got to give Fairmont's return team Nevers, had a chance to maybe blindside a guy and then just backed off of it and got in his way. Great job by Tyree Randolph. What did he say, Travis? Somebody's got to step up and make a play for this team. Tyree took that ball in at the 3-yard line, takes it 97 yards unofficially. Great return. And boy, he had a couple nice cuts on that. And give the credit to the blocking. They set the wedge, opened it up, and Tyree made some beautiful cuts. A little quick stop and go at one point, and then a great job of just his teammates getting in front, just providing a little caravan to the end zone.
Extra point from Colin Harvath. The kick is away. That kick is up, and it is good. Harvath makes it a 3-point game with 1:33 remaining.
Now, did you give State too much time?
Yeah, they've got a pair of timeouts as well. So actually 2-point game, 37-35. Fairmont.
Should be 38.
That's what I thought.
He did make it, didn't he?
He did, I believe.
The Wildcats to nothing, which is going to be hard to do.
I haven't put it on the board yet. That was my initial thought. I was like, Fairmont should have gone for 2 there.
He had to dive for it.
35-31. Was it good or not? Good.
It should be 38-35, I believe.
It's 12:09 and counting here in the third quarter. Central State trailing 45-20.
Over at the Chris Thomas box.
20-17.
1:33 to play.
The Wildcats.
And a kickoff coming up here from Colin Harvath.
There it is, Travis.
Yes, the long-awaited point is now on the board.
In perspective, for Fort Valley State, they got a field goal their first time they touched the ball.
Harvath kickoff. Light
Since then,
returns from the 7, over the 10, 15. He's to the 20. He's bottled up, and he's spun down and also got a flag down.
pretty darn good efficiency.
So 26 and maybe going backwards. West Virginia State.
Let's hope, Travis.
Marks it back 5 yards. Hand off to Lanier. Lanier's going to get up to about the 28-yard line. Pickup of 2.
We'll have to relay it. We've lost the ref's mic early in the second half. Holding is the call on West Virginia State.
Absolutely. That'll be a 10-yarder. They got the flag at the 25. It really should be from the end of the run. So the ball, State should get the ball back around the 13-yard line, I believe.
All right, 1:27 left against State with 2 timeouts. Tyree Randolph
getting the ball. He's got some running room. He's to the 40.
Officially a 97-yard kickoff return.
And
when State took the lead with 1:48 to play.
He was shoved out hard by Mike
Tyree
Jr.
had cramps on the drive before that.
Fort Valley State 35.
Well, you're a minute and 27 away, Travis, from flipping your season or possibly flipping your season.
Hensley, quick out, pass caught, and scooting out of bounds is Isaiah Scott. Stops it with 1:22. We'll step him out at the 19-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
Back in the shotgun.
Again, 1:22 to play. State's got a pair of timeouts.
Bring out to the near side. Round to the far
State
side.
356 through the air for Hensley today.
Handoff to Lucas. Lucas turns the corner and is run out near the 30. Put him out to 29, gain of 10.
Williams is going to go
Lucas
down.
has gashed Fairmont for a couple big runs. They've got to, you can't totally commit to the pass. He almost broke the one earlier, as you said. Gain of 10 there.
Put him out to 29-yard line. State's picking up first downs and getting out of bounds, so they're not having to use their timeouts. Snap back, Hensley surveys, throws, and a diving catch at the 43. Again, that is
back behind the plate.
Isaiah Scott, big wide receiver, 6'2", 215. The transfer from Youngstown State, played for Bo Pelini at YSU.
13 yards on that completion.
First and 10, ball at the 42. Clock does start now, 1 minute to play. Hensley flushed, and he's just going to chuck it out of bounds. DJ Alberahu chasing him.
Fairmont's elected, for the most part to do it with a 4-man rush. They really haven't blitzed a lot this game. I'd like to see possibly change something up. Send Solano, the young freshman linebacker, send Trayvon Shorts. Somebody put a little more pressure, make him think a little bit.
Tyree Randolph's kickoff return was tied for third longest in the country this year. Second down, 10. Snap over the middle and turning upfield, 40. Boy, a huge cushion on Isaiah Scott. Scott was able to do whatever he wanted in front of Michael Porter, and he runs it down to the 38-yard line. And now, if you're State, you're starting to think, where do we need to get here to get Ahlstrom's target range?
Well, that's just second and 10 from the State 42. You give up a 20-yard completion. The completion was probably 10 yards, and he ran 10 yards. Just terrible. Pushed it secondary. And I guess my point with that is I'm just not used to seeing this kind of performance from the secondary. Just big cushions, not good coverage, not disciplined.
DJ Alberahu was forced to go out of the game. He was injured. So Chris Thompson will come in.
Ball at the 50-yard line.
Clock is stopped, 44.7. First and 10 from the Fairmont 38-yard line. Fairmont leads by 3, 38-35. Hensley is back. He throws over the middle. Pass is caught. That's Barrett. 25-yard line. Now State's in field goal range. Tackled on the play by Chris White.
Trying to keep it. He's to the 45 to the 40. Down to the 38.
They can stop it twice. Now you worry in
penalty yards back.
field goal range. You don't want to get beat here. First and 10 from the 25. Snap and a back shoulder throw, and Michael Porter breaks it up, but here comes a flag. Porter was tied up with the receiver, Isaiah Scott, and I think they're going to get him because he didn't turn around.
Have either pink socks or pink sleeves.
But again, Travis, this all goes back to the Fairmont's defense. They just can't get off the field. You have them back at their 13-yard line with a minute 27. All we ask is get some stops, and they just haven't done it. They can't do it.
Hansberry from Fort Valley State. And
all right, 20.7 pass interference down to the 13.
Third down, 14.
Maybe we get a hand on the football, Hansberry, but enough.
Boy, need a play. Need a play.
Tyree Roberson.
Rolling out. Hensley looks, throws wide open. Caught, touchdown, wheel route, Zach Payton.
Sidecar left to Williams.
15.8 seconds to play, and State made it look easy.
Third down and 14.
It was easy.
Williams going back to pass. Going over to the near side. That's Corbin, but it goes over his head and out of and incomplete.
Wide open. Zach Payton on a simple wheel route. You know, he's a leading receiver. They haven't covered everybody all day for the most part. I mean, he's only missed on 10, and most of those have been when he's chosen not to, throw it away or something like that. But
route and more going back.
Pick is away, and Ahlstrom adds the point after. Fairmont's down 4 with 15.8 seconds to play. As West Virginia State got the ball again at their own 13-yard line.
Minute 27 left on the clock, and drove the whole length of the field.
Both teams have taken a pounding.
And overhead kick coming down, and it's going to go. He's going to pick it up. Moore's going to pick it up, and he's
all right. 15.8 to the play.
Still on his feet.
Yeah, certainly not going to get anything returnable here. Nothing deep that's going to get back to Tyree Randolph.
Still on his feet, though.
No, you don't want to give that mistake up again.
And he's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. It
just baffles me of a team that can be so high 1 minute and so low the next minute. You get a play, you give up a play. Give a play. It just
catching it at the 7.
It's frustrating, obviously, for me.
Doug, that was
I don't hide that very well.
Sorry. That's an
Sorry, listeners. That's just the way it is. I've watched this team for too long, 34 years. But to see the stuff that I've seen this year from this team, and I've not seen a Fairmont team do a better job of snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory other than this squad.
Free play.
Free plays.
Kickoff from Ahlstrom.
Ball's over to.
And it's going to be Squibber. Randolph will get a crack at the 8-yard line. He bobbles it, picks it off the ground at the 10, and is going to be hit at the 15 and wrapped up with 9.8 seconds to play.
Now, penalty marker on this side.
First and 10, Falcon.
All right, 42-38.
Far side official on the line.
And then there's another one over on the far side at the 18-yard line. There's the penalty.
On the 15.
From the 15-yard line. That's where Fairmont will scrimmage it. And the Falcons have 2 timeouts,
again,
but
Richard Gaskins
right now the clock.
The offside. They're going to decline it.
Doesn't favor you being able to use them much.
Second down and about 3. They still haven't moved the yard marker, though.
State obviously in prevent. They'll back way off, and State's actually going to use one of their timeouts defensively to take a look at Fairmont's formations.
Well, the guy doing the yard marker did the right thing. He didn't move.
Well, 9.8 seconds to go. Fairmont led. They were cruising 17-0.
And
they actually had the ball in a scoring zone with a chance to perhaps at least get a field goal, if not a touchdown, maybe put this game out of reach. And the Falcons fumbled the football, and that just flipped the switch in this game. After that, Fairmont has been playing catch-up ever since.
Yeah, I thought Fairmont had a great game plan to start, and for what we say 26 of the game's first 30 minutes did exactly what they wanted to do, but instead you turn the ball over. It ignites a spark in State. But even at that, Travis, this team has had too many opportunities today to put this game away, and they just can't do it.
First down.
It's one of the cases where they don't know how to win. Teams that know how to win, know how to take care of the things. take advantage of situations. 4th and 7, you can't give up that.
Low snap, Cruz Naylor going to be hit. He does break free, clocks at 5 seconds. He throws it, and it's broken up at the 29-yard line by Christian Thompson. Now you're down to your final play with 3 seconds remaining.
But it's on the
you came, you said 17-0, but then they get the touchdown, and it's 17-7. But to Fairmont's credit, the offense came right back down the field. You're 24-7. Okay, good. You answered that. Great thing. No, right before the half, he let State go, I think, 91 yards right down the field. Score.
Coming off is Emmanuel Boone on his
Cruz Naylor is back. Throws the ball over the middle. Newsom will flip it. And now the scramble drill is on. It ends up with Papsino O'Brien on the lateral, and that will do it. And West Virginia State picks up a big victory here this afternoon at Duval-Rozier Field, as the Yellow Jackets rally from 17 down twice and then rally from 3 down, the final 127, and drive the football from their own 13-yard line and get a touchdown pass to Zach Pate to win it, to drop Fairmont to 1-5 on the season.
How sweet do you think that was for Zach Pate? Zach Pate started his career here at Fairmont State. Things just didn't work out for whatever reason. Chose to head back to his home down around Hurricane.
Over to the near side, has a man
hooks up with West Virginia State, and he's had a good career with West Virginia State. And this was, I'm sure, a crowning moment for him to cap it with a game-winning touchdown against his former team and keep your team perfect in the Mountain East Conference race at 5-0, 5-1 on the year overall. Got to give State credit. Took advantage of the opportunities that were there. And again, Fairmont, the story, not taking advantage of opportunities.
Yep, exciting game, but Fairmont comes up on the short end again. 42-38 the final score here in Fairmont this afternoon. Invite you to stay tuned. We've got the Falcon wrap-up coming up, presented by Valley Distributing after this timeout.
Going up-tempo on the offense, that limits the substitution ability of Central State on defense, and thus
what do you got left?
Very quickly.
2nd and 10, ball at the 45-yard line with 7:36 remaining in the third quarter.
Okay, like what's a bunch?
This time Jarman fakes the handoff. Now he's firing, and he's got the man open, and Walker. Walker's got the first down out at the 36-yard line of the
8 minutes. Okay, well then do 4. We'll do a segment,
a nickel defense as well,
and then we'll sign off, play the close, and then play 4 after the close, and you can get back into the music. Okay, thanks.
There's a pass over to the near side. Walker's got it again, as trying to strip it out of his hands was Keandre Power. Good idea at this point, but after the play was over with. So 2nd down and 1. Ball at the 28-yard line of the Marauders. Wildcats moving it. Jarman fires over to the far side. In and out of the hands of Route, and almost into the hands of the Central State Marauders defense.
It was a dangerous pass because there were 3 Central State defenders around the receiver. Got that one through there somehow.
That was Monday. Now into the backfield comes Marlon Fleming. Fleming moving to the right side of Jarman.
He's had a good afternoon as Fleming.
Fleming gets the ball, and I don't know if he got the first down or not. He may have made it back to the 28. That's where they had to go, but we'll see. No. Did not make it.
Fleming, maybe not the numbers, but he has a touchdown run in the game.
It'll be 4th down now, isn't it? 4th down and 1. 4th and 2, I should say. Fleming back in the backfield once again. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And fake the handoff as it goes right to the...
That's going to be very close. The spot, I don't think they have it.
No, they did not get it. Pass was to A.J. Shipman, and the Marauders stop it. It'll be first down for the Marauders with 6:13 remaining here in quarter number 3.
Good awareness by the Central State defense to know where the down marker was and know where that pass went to and bottle up the receiver, not allow him to get forward and prevent Fort Valley State from continuing the drive. Williams back there back in at quarterback.
So Marauders trail 45-20 with 6:13 to go. 2 receivers to this side.
Shamar Moss in the backfield with Williams. Or not, Saffold.
Saffold gets the ball. He's got it. He's to the 40. One man to beat. To the 40. To the 35. And he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Marauders!
I tell you what, I'll take back him coming out of the game and wondering what had happened, if maybe he was out for an injury. No, he was just out there for a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, he was getting madder and madder sitting on the side, and then look what happens. 6:02 left. Saffold, have to see what the official yardage was.
That ends a string of 28 straight unanswered points by Fort Valley State.
So Nunez will attempt the extra point.
42-38 final score here this afternoon. Fairmont State falls to West Virginia State as the Yellow Jackets win for just the second time in the last 9 meetings between these two schools to improve to 5-1 overall and 5-0 in the Mountain East Conference. Fairmont drops to 1-5. And Dwayne, some positives here today, but unfortunately a Groundhog Day type ending for Fairmont. We've seen it before. This team continues to do some good things, but unfortunately continues to have some rough patches in games that are costing them wins.
That's what they need.
And that's what's hard, Travis. I mean, there's so many, there's so many talented players in this team. Take on Cruz Naylor's talented. Kalik Hanley, Tyree Randolph, our offensive line is good. Javon Hayes, Trayvon Shorts, DJ Abarau.
He has 2 70-yard
I don't think we've seen the best Michael Porter
runs in
this season, and that's probably because of a knee injury early in the Charleston game. I think it's kind of hampered him.
Wow.
But the team, Glenwood Williams was another one, Johnny Nesbitt,
for the
young, talented freshman, Alex Solano, Noah Wetzel, I think, has done some good things at times.
Nunez kicks it over
They're
to the
too
near side
talented
and
to be 1-5.
stay in bounds,
Just extremely
picking it up.
talented. And that's what's so frustrating.
Getting some running room. Somebody lost their helmet.
Things. They
Clark
responded
gets up to
at
about
times.
The 32-yard line.
And
that's
then on the other side of that
coin,
they have done some absolute bonehead things and just can't get out of their own way. And I think it comes down to that you just don't know how to win.
I think
you don't know how to win these games. And somehow that got lost this year. With a group of 21 seniors and a group that had come through and played with guys that built the foundation of success in the past, the Cooper Hibbs, the Fabian Garras, the Quincy Redmonds, the Marcus Porters, the Jerry Eway, Stephen Turners, those guys.
A little bit on that kickoff.
For them to not know how to win is, I think, one of the most frustrating things.
Looking down,
you've got to get
firing
off the
down,
field. 4th and 7. There's no excuse for not getting off the field.
Lewis in on
you have a
the
team
play
a minute
to break
27. You're 1 minute 27
too,
away from winning the game.
Pass
You've got a team 87 yards from your goal line.
Second down and 10.
And you can't get a stop. You just let them come right down the field and score. And score in a wide open wheel.
Yeah, chunk plays too.
Chunk plays are just killing. I could have been open in the secondary today, Travis, and I'm 54 years old. Vastly out of shape, but it was just people running free. The coverage has not been good.
Side, you have Shipman
and it's sad. They're too good of a football team to be suffering what they're through. But you make a great reference. It's Groundhog Day. Every week, it's how can this team, just not get out of its way, and we've seen it in a variety of ways so far in the first 6 games this season.
Gets the first down.
Well, Fairmont will try it again next Saturday as the Fighting Falcons head to Concord, who's also a struggling football team on the year, again down 44-0 at last count to West Lib. So Fairmont will have a chance to get right before you get a little one-game respite before you've got an improving West Liberty team coming in at Urbana, who is at one point was unbeaten in the league at the start of the year before they ran into Notre Dame College, and then close out with Wesleyan. But certainly here today a chance to get the ship righted. Fairmont played well for a good portion of this game, had a 17-point lead twice, had a lead, as Dwayne mentioned, with under a minute and 30 to go, but could not hold the lead once again as the Falcons fall here this afternoon to 1-5 overall, 1-5 in the conference. We'll talk about it with Jason Woodman coming up on Tuesday night from the Copper House Grill, Airport Road in Fairmont, the Jason Woodman Show from 7 until 8 o'clock. You can listen on Sky 106.5, our flagship, or watch the show on Facebook Live. Final score this afternoon, West Virginia State defeats Fairmont 42-38 for Dwayne Cochran, Jeremy Martin, and Chris Thomas. This is Travis Jones thanking you for listening to Fairmont State Fighting Falcon Football.
And throw over to the far side, touchdown. And that is to Bridges.
Yeah, it's actually Walker on the touchdown catch.
Is that Walker? Okay.
Walker cut towards the inside. Biting on the fake was Lewis, and then he went to the outside, and he was all alone for the touchdown.
So now they try to add 2 more points to this total. German pitches back to Thomas. Thomas cuts upfield, and
he's in.
He's into the end zone for a touchdown.
2-point conversion is good.
So now it makes it now 53-27.
It's score Fort Valley State 53, Central State 27.
So a lot of scoring here in this one, and not on the side of the good guys.
Get the scoring drive for you. Was a 13-yard touchdown pass. Jarman to Walker. The run by Thomas good for the 2-point conversion. Drive went 69 yards in 5 plays. Took a minute and 29 off the clock.
So the Marauders find themselves down once again by a bunch. End over end kick coming down, and it's going to be picked up by Gunter. Gunter's going to be brought down about the 18-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders with 4:18 left in just the third quarter.
So the Marauders bottle up in their own end of the field. Long field they have to go. And trailing now by 4 scores.
4:18 to go.
7th straight time at Fort Valley State having the ball and scoring a touchdown.
Williams rolling to his left. Looking downfield. Now he's going to be, no, he stays on his feet and goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line, a loss of 6.
We have a penalty down the field.
Where? I don't see the penalty.
At the side judge talking over with the referee. Yep, didn't make any calls, so.
So two receivers to either side. Williams staring in. Lanier in the backfield once again. Williams back to pass. Fires over to Brown. Brown had to get to 25. Breaking one tackle. Gets up to the 29-yard line. Gets a lot of that loss back.
It'll be 3rd and short.
3rd down and 2 from the 29-yard line.
3rd down and 2 beats 3rd and 15 every time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Brown to the near side, three receivers to the far side. The near sidecar right to Williams. Williams will fake the handoff, takes it himself, going around the right side. Cuts up the middle, cuts up and is stopped. And on the tackle is Nico Wiggum.
Had a good idea trying to fake and run upfield. However, there was nobody out in front of him to block. Thus, the play negated, no gain, 4th down, and the Marauders will have to punt it away.
Can you say fake punt?
I can say it, but I don't know. At this, it was be more of a desperation than anything else at this point.
Smith just booted away. Nice punt coming down over to the far side to Rout. Or to Moore. Moore gets up to the 49-yard line.
We get some pushing and shoving at the end of the play, but everybody separates and goes their separate ways.
Be 1st and 10 for Fort Valley State at the 50-yard line. 2:15 remaining here in